It's Friday. Again, we've made it through another motherfucking week of sheer hell. My co-host hasn't jumped in. I don't know where she's at, so screw her. She can wait till next week, I guess. That's how it's going to play out. She wants to be it that way. It is Friday. It's bitch night. I'm Wade. You're not. And you are watching Canada's #1 podcast, originating out of Bruderheim, Alberta. I'd be remiss at this point if I didn't mention my sponsor, Tamara's Teas and Trinkets. That's right. I gave her that name just now off the top of my head. Why? Why not? She needs a name. You need any t-shirts, hats, badges, buttons, condoms, custom-made design stuff. She's your go-to. You can reach her at Tamdods on the old Twitter machine. That's the only way you can get a hold of this girl. I'm her fucking father. How do I get a hold of my daughter? Oh, hit me on Twitter, Dad. Okay, there you go. Hit her up on Twitter. Yeah. So, what else we got going on? Oh, yes. Another thing going on, too. There's a local brewery, Positive Mike's. He makes handcrafted beers. Sure, what the hell he uses his hands. He crafts them. They're handcrafted beers, homemade beers. He has merch all over the place. They also have a t-shirt that they've got on the go right now. That, for every t-shirt sold, I think they were $25. I think that's what I'm guessing at. For every t-shirt sold, they give $5 back to the whatchamacallit. My brain just left me, man. For the prostate cancer, the Movember Project. That's it. Movember Project for prostate cancer. And if they sell them out by this Sunday, they're going to donate an extra $50 out of their own pockets. So make sure you grab a t-shirt. They don't have any in my size. They're sold out. They have all sorts of other merch. Hit them up right there under the Positive Mike's name there. That's the URL. You can head over and pick up some shirts. If you missed the URL and you want to get back, let me know and we'll get it to you. At this time, I'd like to bring in our special guest for the evening. He was a professional basketball player, turned to broadcaster, and I left it at that and left you guys with the wherewithal to go on to Google, figure out who it was. None of you did. None of you got back to me. Then you can figure it out. It's pretty tough to, too, because there's not much about his basketball career on Google. I know, I looked. Couldn't find much. Mr. James P. White from the Locker Room, 95.7 Cruise FM. How you doing, Jim?
Pretty good.
Welcome aboard. So, dude, professional basketball. Let's start right there.
Okay, the reason why you can't find me on the internet with that is I think it was pretty much before the start of most mainstream internet. I had Facebook back then. I didn't even have a cell phone. I started in early 2000, and it's a little person basketball team. We were all short people, and we used to do like a Harlem Globetrotter style basketball and talk to kids about bullying in schools.
And you've continued on with that bullying right through to, is it the pink shirt?
Pink shirt
project. Yes.
The pink shirt project. I do that. I've done that through the radio station now for the last 5 years. This past year was probably my biggest one because I did it on Zoom for the first time, like with COVID and everything. And I reached a whole lot more people in 1 hour. Like I had like 50 people signed in, or 50 classrooms signed in. So wow. I had schools all across the Edmonton area that at least a class or two jumped on board.
That's fantastic. And before we go any further, you want to become best friends? Right here, right now?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. We're going to do this. We're going to become best friends right here, right now. Locker is always drinking your fucking beer all the time, right?
I know he is. Yeah.
Yep. So anyways, Doe and I, my wife and I are babysitting Locker's dog when he goes away to Hungary.
Oh, drink his beer.
And they brought their dog over for a play date, and Locker brought beer. Holy fuck, English is hard. Locke brought beer with him and left it in my fridge. So, dude, we're going to become best friends right here, right now. I'm drinking Locke's beer.
Yeah, Locke's beer does taste better.
Oh, yeah, that does go down nice, doesn't it? Yeah, other people's beer is always better.
I know. That's why he always comes to my house and drinks mine.
Yeah, I know. I never get off in time. I always want to sneak by your place for a patio beer on Friday, but I never quite get done in time. I'm usually done work by noon, 1 o'clock, and by the time I get my car and back to the city, it's going to be 2:30 or 3. So yeah, I can never quite make it there on time.
because of our
Um,
weird start in the day. We start really early, so
yeah, exactly. I start at 6 in the morning, and I'm like I say, I'm done by noon, 1 o'clock for most days, anyways.
yeah.
So now you're into a radio career. How did that manifest itself?
That one's a weird story. Like I didn't go into radio like an average person did. So years ago, when Locke worked at the Bear, he was on middays, I believe, and they were doing this gimmick. Will they do it? And it or no? Will it hurt? That's what it was. And they did a shout out on the radio. They were looking for a little person to dress up like a leprechaun and do something stupid. And I called in and said, "Hey, I'm in." And we did a thing where basically I choreographed me beating the hell out of Lucas, and then they're like, "Hey, do you want to do more stuff?" And then it just filtered on for there. Within a year, me and Locke were working together full time, basically, on the Bear, and then 5 years ago we started together here at Cruise.
And the insanity and the craziness has never really stopped.
No. And the funny thing is one thing that like there's always people that come to my defense when we do stupid stunts or they do things to me. I'm privy to most of it. Some of it, like our stunt today where they threw eggs at me. I didn't realize they were going to throw them like they were trying to kill birds.
Yeah, I
But
saw that. That was pretty brutal.
but I knew eventually I was going to get hit with an egg or two. Not quite a dozen, but
And not at
but
55 or 60 miles an hour fastballs coming down stairs
oh
at you.
yeah. But again, it's not something, and like some people get offended by it or bothered by it, but it doesn't bother me because it's just what we do. Like,
It's who you are too. I mean, you've got the right to say no, and you do. I'm sure you
oh
do.
yeah, and and if I say no, I don't want to do it. Either they talk me into it and dull it down a little bit, or else we just don't do it.
Exactly.
Like we have respect. Like Locke is one of my closest friends. He's not going to make me do something that's either going to harm me or something that I don't want to do.
Actually, I had Locke on here a couple, 3 weeks ago, I guess now, and he was saying that he won't do another radio show without you. If he moves to Winnipeg to take on the program there, you're going with him. So it's pretty high
We,
praise.
yeah, like him and I, we have a bit of a chemistry because we're friends and we're honest with each other. But we also work hard. We take our stuff seriously. We're willing to do more than average, and just we're always looking to better ourselves as broadcasters or entertainers, whatever which way you want to look at it, and better our show, get it out in front of more people.
Exactly. Well, there's that fine line in radio where you guys are bumping against it, and at times you might eke over it a little bit. I mean, you're not smashing through that line, so you're safe. But there's that odd time where, and that's what makes the show.
Yeah, we do cross the line and have people shake their heads.
Yeah, but
But
you haven't been suspended or shut down yet, so you haven't crossed the
no,
line that
we
violently.
no, we have had the odd complaint, and one of them was actually because of me. The first complaint I ever had in radio was when I was working at the Bear, and I said I hate midgets. And being a little person, I thought it was okay to say that, but I guess I'm not. I guess it's hate speak, even though I'm talking about little people, and it's just one of those things. My reasoning for saying it comes across harsh is there's a lot of little people that feel like the world owes them, that you have to give them stuff and not have to work for it. And from the day I grew up, got older, and my parents were telling me, no, we're not doing it for you, figuring it out. And there's a lot of people that just, no, do it for me. I don't want to do it. And I don't like that attitude.
Well, no, you're out on your own. You're living on your own. You do it all for yourself.
Yeah.
And had your
And
parents not done that for you, where would you be?
I'd be working for my parents.
Right. You'd be plumbing.
Yes. Nothing against plumbing, but it's not something that, like, what I'm doing now is where I feel like I need to be, where who I was gonna be
Good.
eventually. An
Yeah.
entertainer. Like, not only do, like, with the radio, like, I do my own podcast. I dress up as a leprechaun on St. Patty's Day. I do stuff as a Christmas elf. You know, I
You're
just
also a stripper.
and I'm a stripper.
Yes, you are. And you freaked my mother out on her 80th birthday. I'll tell you that much.
Yes. Uh, that having that conversation with my mother that I'm a stripper was interesting.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But hey, you're making money at it, and it's all good. Keely says, hey, Jimmy. So, yeah, we got that. We got stripping. We had the little person basketball league, anti-bullying crusade. What else we got going on in your life, James?
Huh.
You got your own radio program now, midnight till 2, Friday and Saturday. The James P.
Yes,
White
the James P.
Experience.
White Experience, and soon I will have my own podcast, kind of like yours, except mine's going to be delving directly with Star Wars.
And we are going to get into that. So, dealing directly with Star Wars or all forms of I'm the wrong person.
Nerd
Nerd
stuff.
news. That's it.
I'm right now because of the way I'm letting it go right now is it's gonna be more to the effect of right now with Star Wars because there's a lot of the Star Wars stuff that's coming out as of like Boba Fett is coming out in the end of December, and then there's gonna be the Obi-Wan Kenobi series and a bunch of stuff that they're doing on Disney Plus that and a little Marvel, but I'm more of a Star Wars guy. Like I know a lot about I love Marvel. I love the comic stuff, but I grew up on Star Wars, learning all the different forms of lightsaber dueling and characters. Hell, I even wrote a couple of my own, I guess, what fan fiction episodes of like Mandalorian.
And do you think Joe wants to know? That's my wife, by the way. She's I don't know, too scared to come on and talk to you. I guess I don't know what her problem is. Do you think Disney is making it better or worse? And I'm going to be right up front with you, Jimmy. I walked out on Star Wars.
The movies, the newer movies. Okay, the Rise of Skywalker. I think they redeemed themselves a little bit. The Last Jedi wasn't a huge fan. Like the Force Awakens, that had everybody going, and I really was a huge fan of that one. But yeah, like the movies, they need to do better. But I think the series that they've done, like with the Mandalorian and what they're doing coming up, like with the Boba Fett, with Obi-Wan Kenobi, with Ahsoka, uh, and all these different things, I think they're kind of redeeming themselves, but we'll have to see. They're just saturating. Like Disney is saturating it with Marvel, with the superhero stuff, with everything, and they're just out for the money.
Yeah,
I just want them to put the time in and give a good product. Which again, the Last Jedi, they disappointed a lot of people. I felt disappointed by that one.
Yeah, yeah. See, and I've never seen any of them. I'm not a Trekkie. I'm not a Star Wars guy. I'm not. I don't know. Sci-fi's never cut it for me. So it just, not that it's bad stuff or anything. It's just not my cup of tea, right?
The second movie I ever saw in a movie theater was Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And before that, the only other movie I saw was E.T. But I've always been a science fiction kind of guy.
Yeah.
But like the whole lightsaber and the sword battling and that's always caught my attention because I do like that stuff. And it ties in with my growing up being intrigued by martial arts as well, and then throwing in laser swords.
In your martial arts, are you trained in anything, James, or is it just
A lot of
homeschooled
a, a,
freelance?
a lot of my stuff is self taught. I was in Taekwondo for a couple of years when I was a kid. I did some kickboxing with my uncle. I was in Kempo for a couple of years, but I kept moving and or schools would shut down or move and so most of my training is on my own by, I guess by tapes or watching YouTube videos, reading books, copying stuff in movies,
That's
all that kind of stuff.
that's how most of us learn anything nowadays is off videos and off of YouTube. You
Because
watch some of those little kids with nunchucks going, they're 4 and 5 years old, and it's like, you know what, that kid's doing that. I could practice that shit for 30 years and still not be able to do that,
yeah,
without nutting myself or giving myself a 44th concussion.
but one thing I found when I was doing the like especially Taekwondo back in the day is they taught you where a lot of their techniques are in their legs. Like it's a lot of kicking, a lot of
Yeah,
jumping, a lot of stuff like that. And that is not a practical martial art for someone my size because my foot is never going to reach your head.
no,
So
no.
so having the majority of your technique in your legs is not feasible for me. And then I got into some Kempo and Jiu-Jitsu where they taught me different like grapples and moves and stuff like that. And and then you'll learn to bring the head down to you or throw someone to the ground or they taught me to think for myself and how to make a move work for me against somebody taller than me because I'm never going to fight someone my size because usually someone my size is about 6 or 7 and that's called child abuse
I
even if
just
it's even if it's your nephew.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back to that Seinfeld episode where Kramer got beat up by a bunch of 6 and 7 year olds in Taekwondo or whatever.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Yeah, actually, my ex-wife's sister's ex-husband. That's a long ways around, man. Ex-wife's sister's ex-husband was third in the world in the Korean Taekwondo finals.
Oh wow.
Years and years. That's in the 70s. Long,
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time ago. But he used to run around the house, and he was quite a bit older than I was. So I would have been 20 at the time, 21. And he was probably in his early 40s. And he could walk up walls, like just up the wall, around.
Yeah.
We came in the one day, he was hanging in the landing way. It was a kind of a squared off area. And he was hanging from the roof waiting for us to walk in to drop on us. Just all sorts of bullshit with
Yeah.
this guy. And he ended up epileptic and not able to function in society. So
Oh.
I don't know where he's at. Oh, look who decided to pop in. James.
Hi, guys.
Doe.
Hi.
James.
Hi,
Hello.
James.
So what's up, hon? What do you got to say? You've been typing a lot, but
Yeah, well, I thought
You
I'd take
start-
a back seat for a while.
you're starstruck, aren't you?
Yeah, actually, I am. Actually, my first crush was on a little person back. I think I was about grade 4 or 5. There was a fella on my dad's baseball team, and I thought he was just the greatest. He could run the bases, and I could look him eye to eye, and he was just like my hero.
Yeah, myself, I grew up in a small town. The first time I actually ever met a little person, other than seeing on TV or movies or anything, I was 26. First time I ever saw another little person,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
and that was weird. It was I like I did a double take on the guys, and some people get offended when kids give the double take, but I was doing it because at the age of 26 not seeing a little person before and he's like wow he's like me it's it's not it's just different. It's not something that I grew up with. I was raised by an
Yeah.
average size family.
How was
Oh,
the early years of school for you? That must have been tough.
Till about high school I was bullied constantly. I especially late elementary, early junior high, I hated going to school. I used to get beat up. I used to get called names. Granted, I wasn't what you call innocent. Like someone would call me names, I call them back. They do something to me, I do something to them. but
Yeah.
then they were a lot more physical because they're bigger than me, and there was a lot of physical abuse that I went through in school.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it was a different world back then too. I mean, even when we went to school, we settled everything behind the school or behind the church or in the alley, after school, by the bike rack, whatever. And that's come a long way in the last 10, 15 years for sure.
but the thing is though, is like when I was going through this in comparison to, like, I've talked to people that are going to school now. When I went home from school after being bullied, it was done. I went home. I was, with my family. You didn't really go through any of that kind of stuff. But that's not the way it is anymore. You got the internet, all the, like, the cyberbullying and social media and people sending pictures and stuff about you or starting rumors. And that wasn't really a thing much when I was a kid.
No, that's true. That part of it is true. Yeah. I'm glad it wasn't around when I was a kid because boy, oh boy, I'd still be paying for some of the stuff I did.
Yeah, I'd still be in jail.
Because
Actually, this is when I first met Jimmy in person.
With the darts.
Was at
that was the lawn, or the first annual
the
locker
first
room
first
illegal lawn
illegal
darts
lawn
tournament.
tournament. Yeah, and that was a fun day. Actually, I had a good time.
Yeah, and then COVID came, and then we had to do it social distancing and over a span of times rather than over one day.
Yeah, exactly. And I drove by every day, and Locke still wouldn't give me a beer because you guys were out in a grassy knoll.
Yeah,
in front of the book depository there.
Yeah,
waiting for Kennedy to get shot, and I'd drive by. Hey, Locke, throw me a beer. Screw you. Oh, thanks, dude. Like
half the time we didn't have beer because we were still on air at the time.
Yeah, I know.
Because we did it at 9:00 in the morning. We were technically on air still.
Oh, when has being on air ever stopped you guys from drinking?
Quite
Yeah,
often,
we did.
probably.
Yeah, but it's just, but blatantly drinking right on the side of, right between Gateway Boulevard and Calgary Trail, when you have cops and police officers driving by all the time, you got to be a little,
a little more discreet.
Little discreet.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Travel mugs.
Jimmy putting in some of his stripper
dance moves. Yeah.
Like I said, my mom still talks about that. She turned 80, and her biggest thing was, I want all the pomp and circumstances that all those little goddamn kids are getting. I want the fire trucks going by my house. I want, the police going by my house. I want this going by. It's like, well, you know what? That isn't going to happen.
Well, she said she wanted a little fireman for her birthday.
Yeah, a little fireman for her birthday. Yeah.
So we thought, well, Jimmy's little. We can dress him up like a fireman.
If I had a fireman's outfit, I would have had it. That's
yeah.
I have a cop outfit. I have my actual dancer outfit, my Hugh Hefner, and then I have a couple of other little things that I dress up as if I can get away with it.
Yeah, well, she still goes off about that. She's just, that was hilarious. That was so damn funny. What else we got going on?
You seem to be frozen.
Who, me? James?
Mm-hmm. Oh, me? You just released, okay?
Yeah, sure. You're good now. You're no longer an icicle.
You get freezed out on your own show every now and again. It's nothing wrong with that. You take a little time out, right?
Yeah.
Somebody. Go ahead.
Oh, you were just asking me if I had much going on other than my podcast, which I'm starting next month. That's really it. And then, of course, our everyday radio shtick that we do.
Mike says you look pretty sober. That's because Mike didn't send enough beers.
I'm only 2 beers in.
Only 2 beers in?
I started early because usually on Fridays I go till about 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. And somebody's celebrating a birthday next week as well, right?
Yeah, actually, I officially have a birthday next week, not the fake one that Grant put on my Facebook. Years ago, a couple years ago, he changed my because I left my Facebook open, so he changed my birthday to April 4th, and he's changed it before that time. He changed it 2 other times, so then I tried to change it back, and it won't let me change it back. So my Facebook actually says my birthday is April 4th. And I can't change. I can't change it.
Yeah, I was watching videos and stuff and saw November 17th pop up. You guys were at Montana's I guess it'd be a couple years ago now.
It would have been about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
But I just caught November 17th. Well, that date's got to be coming up pretty quick. So yeah, we got the birthday going on next week. Any big plans for that?
It's just a day. I'm just 1 year
You're
older,
gonna be
closer to
49,
50.
dude.
No, 7.
47?
I was born in
Freaking
70.
Locker lied to me. He told me you were turning 49.
They changed my birthday because they've been saying I've been 47 all year.
Yeah.
And if I say I'm 47 around my mother before I'm 47, she yells at me.
Well, yeah, because that makes her another year older.
Yeah, and so like I was born November 18th, 1974. So that I will be 47.
18th is what? Thursday.
Thursday, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I always remember what day my birthday is because it's always 1 week from Remembrance Day.
That's
a good way to remember it.
Doe's is St. Patrick's Day.
I have green leprechauns every year.
and I always get paid by bars to dress up as a leprechaun.
Yep, exactly.
We got to go hang together on my birthday.
I usually when I do that, I go from bar to bar to bar. Like I do a lot of the brew houses. They drive me to all their locations, and basically all I do is I just drink beer with people, walk around, take pictures, throw gold coins at people, and
I've
people.
never gone to a bar on my birthday in my entire life. I tried when I was 18 and they wouldn't let me in because you had to wait till after midnight or something goofy. And
Oh,
so
wow.
I spent the night in my buddy's car because he saw some hot chick he wanted to pick up. So they left me in the car. Then a cop came and banged on the window and said I couldn't stay in the car with the keys. So I had to go into the bar or try to go into the bar to give my buddy his keys. And then the cop locked me out of the car. So I ended up on the street for my 18th birthday, walking down towards the transit there on Fort Road. Because I used to have a brew house down the way, MJ's Roadhouse, actually. And
Okay.
it's long gone. But that was my 18th birthday. And I have not set foot in a bar for green beer in my entire life.
Mr. Ryan Lindley is here. He had some
Hi, guys.
to say to you, James.
Hi.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hello.
I couldn't pass up the opportunity to stop by and wish my favorite radio personality from another province a very happy early birthday.
Oh, thank you.
So happy early birthday, buddy.
Yeah, it's not till next week, but close enough.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't think we'll have a chance to chat too much. This is twice in 1 week, which is kind of unprecedented for us, and I'm glad.
Yeah, I kind of remember seeing you yesterday. I was a little bit. I was a little bit lubricated, as they say.
You did well. You did well. Your poem went over very well.
Yeah, except when I lost the one line and I just started adding words.
It was great. How did you guys make out at the end of that? Like we cut off. We did an early pod that day, obviously because of the ceremonies and stuff. But how long did you guys end up at the Legion?
We stayed for maybe another hour after that, and then we got a bite to eat, and then Locke and I went back to his house and annoyed his wife.
Yeah. We heard you guys found the end of the 48 pack there. That was a good story today.
And we were gonna grab another beer, and she looked at us both and said, "I don't think you really need another one." You started drinking at 11 in the morning.
Ooh.
It's now almost 9. Maybe.
It's funny
you have to work tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah, because you guys didn't work yesterday, did you?
No.
Yeah. So that's at least you were able to prep properly.
Yes.
It was almost like a tailgate.
Yes, and then we filmed that video that we did of them throwing eggs at me.
That was
my God. That was absolutely. You know what? It's funny. It wasn't until I heard the backstory of it today with Lachlan on Dean's show. Like when I first saw it come up, I'm like, I can't retweet that. That's fucking horrible. But then I heard that it was it was all good and everybody was in on it. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I was aware that they were going to throw eggs at me. I didn't realize they were going to throw a dozen and as hard as they could.
Uh-huh.
Why were
I
they
But
heard
throwing eggs?
I heard the
we were making fun of this challenge where people were doing this thing where you throw ping pong balls and you have to try and catch them, and then people would switch it up with eggs. So
Oh,
instead,
okay.
they just forgot about the ping pong balls and just nailed me with eggs.
it was quite the video.
And
They
and
not
they
just not just nailed them with eggs. They were rifling them down a set of stairs, a flight of stairs at the radio
as hard
station.
as they could.
As hard as
Like-
they could.
like-
So 50,
like I
60
watched-
mile an hour fastball eggs coming at his head.
Yeah.
But I watched the one because the one that really hurt was the one in the middle of my back, and I saw in the video that because it hit the end of the egg in the middle of my back, so it didn't even break on my back. It ricocheted off my back and blew up on the wall.
On the wall, yeah.
It didn't even, but it's that is like it left
Didn't even
a
give you a
mark.
helmet or anything.
Oh, I was wearing a helmet, but then they threw him hard enough that they knocked the helmet off my head.
Oh, jeez.
Jimmy,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
gotta-
gonna lie. I watched that video 47 times today.
Just
So
If-
I know
if it-
exactly that every point that you're pointing out. I know exactly where it is in the video.
I watched it a lot too because I also do all our editing of our videos. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's just it is a funny video, even looking as being the guy that was there, being pummeled with eggs.
It's
I still thought
yeah,
it was funny.
It was
I'll bet your
great.
hair is nice and soft.
Oh, but the thing is we did.
I heard
we
your
had
shoes
to-
got fucked up.
Yeah, I got a little gush, little egg in my shoes. But the big thing is the boss didn't want us to do it while the building was open, so we had to do it. So we did that video, filmed it before the show, so I had to rinse myself off in the sink at work,
Oh.
Have a
And-
horse bath.
and then but still I had like eggshells falling out of my hair throughout the day, and
It wants to know why you're not dancing, Jimmy.
I'm not drunk enough yet.
I was just gonna say I don't think
He's not
Jimmy's had
drunk
enough.
enough, and I'm too cheap to pay him for a second show.
Yes.
I had my own.
I hear we got a podcast coming, Jimmy.
Yes, Jedi Jimmy podcast.
That's fantastic. I can't wait.
That's kicking off on December 15th.
Yeah, around there because I have to because the first episode of the Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett is on December 27th, and I'm out of town, and so I'm doing the first one, which is basically dumbing down the Boba Fett story and telling people the things that they didn't know, like the fact that he's the son of Jango Fett and he went to the Imperial College and became he actually tried to kill Mace Windu and a bunch of other things as a kid. Like he had messed up.
You're gonna teach me a lot of things because I know absolutely nothing about Star Wars. So
Everything
Because-
Brian knows, I know less than.
yeah, it was never something I got into, but as soon as I heard you were gonna do a podcast, I said, you know what? Maybe this is where I come in because I know my daughter's kind of into it a little bit, and I just never was. And I thought, you know what? I'll let Jimmy teach me about Star Wars. I'm totally down for that.
That's my plan.
I'm open
That's
for
my
that.
But the thing is the way that they're doing these new series now, like with the Mandalorian and now with the Book of Boba Fett, there is some backstory to it that whether you know the backstory or not, they'll end up teaching you eventually. But you didn't have to know anything about Star Wars to watch the Mandalorian because it was basically he was a bounty hunter. He was a space bounty hunter,
Mhm.
and that's all he was known for, and that's what he did. And then you just learn as it progressed, where they introduced some Jedi and introduced Grogu and a bunch of other things. But you didn't need that backstory before watching it.
Well,
Now,
I'm down. I'm down to learn.
I
When you
I
do
can't
your
get past
podcast,
Chewbacca's
James?
voice.
When you do your podcast, are you going to be using some lightsabers and having some costumes and
For
like
the Boba Fett one, not as much because it doesn't involve the lightsabers. But I know when I do the Obi-Wan Kenobi one, I will be because I know at this point by watching some of the trailers that he went from one style of lightsaber fighting to a different one, and so I'll kind of have to kind of explain that.
The fact that they have different styles of lightsaber fighting,
It depends. It
that
depends on.
intimidates me.
See, the thing is though is it's the same as you have different types of sword fighting
Right.
because they're using it like they use the blade in different ways. Like Count Dooku, he used Form 2, which is pretty much fencing, and then uh what's his name? Yoda used one that was like a mix of wushu, Chinese martial art, and then with a lot of fancy flips and stuff like that. So he so they basically, the forms of lightsaber dueling, they changed to mesh with different types of sword fighting, like the two-handed broadsword. Some of them just did two-handed, and that was a big Luke in Empire Strikes Back, was the two-handed broadsword kind of techniques, and
That's
Vader.
actually, it's fascinating just to know that there is so much intricacy in the story alone there. That's what's kind of intriguing for me is the fact that there's,
And you see how
that-
much better this podcast is going to work out with you nerding out talking about Star Wars without the interruptions from your co-hosts.
Oh, that's why I'm doing it without them, and they're never going to be a guest. I actually don't even want them to watch it until after it's done.
Weird.
Like, I don't want to
It's
see
probably
their
a smart idea.
I don't want to see their comments on the side. Like, I want them banned.
Yeah.
They're going to try and interrupt me.
Have you reached out to anybody at Disney for any props or backstories that might not be?
The only problem with that is you have to be careful, because then they're going to have to vet what I'm saying, and I'm going to have to stick to a certain. You don't want, like, especially a big company like Disney. That's why, like, even my podcast name, we actually took the name Star Wars out of it, because we don't want them to go, okay, no, you can't use that name.
Yeah, now you owe me something.
You have to, yeah. So that's why it's the Jedi Jimmy podcast. It's not all Star Wars podcast. It's just the Jedi Jimmy. This is the nerd you're looking for. And
That's awesome.
I don't know what happened to it. I had the picture of your podcast loaded up here. It didn't play through. I don't know why. So we'll fix that right now. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Got some technical problems over there.
I do.
It's
I
all
do.
technical.
I need a better producer. My producer sucks.
Sounds like it.
He's horrible. He doesn't get paid either.
Any plans for the birthday next week, Jimmy?
Probably the same as I do every other day. Drink.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
because possibly Glock is kind of cheap, but he might take me out for lunch. I doubt it, but he might.
I would imagine if he can find a place that'll actually like feed you guys for free, I'm sure he'll take you there.
Yeah,
you
or
can hit up one of the sponsors and
Yeah.
he's like we'll do something. That's just, but then he'll end up talking me into paying for it.
I was going to say, stick you with the bill again, won't he?
Yeah, he's only done that once or twice, but never on my birthday.
Oh, that's all right. I'm sure something will happen. I was actually talking to my daughter because we were talking with Locke today about the viral video things, the things you guys are trying to do. And I said, you know what? She's 14 and she lives on YouTube, so she's going to be my eyes and ears to get you guys some ideas for the viral challenges.
Yeah,
I'll make sure that I pass them on to you and Lachlan and Grant to see if
I just hope there's no more throwing eggs at 100 miles an hour.
yeah, something a little less violent towards James would be great.
Like, but at least I wore a helmet for half of it until it fell off.
Yeah. Actually, the most violent reaction in the entire video was when you saw the ping pong at first.
Yeah,
because
kidding.
what it was is I
Jump down
jumped to grab it, and then my helmet hit the thing, and then it knocked my helmet off, and then I was kind of.
They gave you no recovery time either. That was the thing.
No, it was me trying to get the helmet back on that they actually hit me in the hand, I have a welt on my hand from the first hit.
I was going to
And
ask
then-
if you had any welts on your back, because some of those ones that smoked you were pretty good.
Oh, I've got some tender moments.
There it is.
It took me a minute, but I found it. I had it on my hard drive. It's just a matter of converting it over to get it in here. So that's what you're going to be looking for on YouTube when you go to watch Jimmy's podcast about
And
all
and
the
the funny
news that
thing
is
is-
nerd news and fit to be nerdy about.
And the funny thing is about that picture is there's a guy that listens to us, and he also follows us on social media. He's done a lot of like cartoon work or cartoon versions of us work for, like, we've had it on billboards, on our social media. We even have a T-shirt with a baby Yoda version of me. What's his name? Aquaman for Locke with a Dildent, and then Grant is the Flash. And so he sends us these ideas, and we've used them on our shirts, on our artwork on social media. It's quite cool.
And there's a hidden message in that picture, I understand, of you. Is that the one? Can you see? Yeah. Isn't it something to do with your eyes?
No, my eyes are yellow because we originally planned it to be that I was going to be a Sith, because the Sith have the yellow eyes. But
Right.
it's the Jedi Jimmy podcast. But what I try to explain to people, a lot of the Sith were also Jedis first. Count Dooku ended up becoming Darth Tyrannus. Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader. And there's a few other ones, but that's going a little bit too nerd.
I'm just
Fall into a hole
notes.
here.
I'm taking notes. It's all good.
But
Is there anything else other than Star Wars that you nerd out to, Jim?
comic book, like the DC stuff? I love that, but my biggest nerd thing, I think, with dealing with that is like the old school martial arts movies, like some of the bad dubbed. Like I hate
Those were the best.
like the bad dubs were horrible,
They're the
but then
best.
or at least they're hard to follow. But some of the fighting sequences,
I was going to say the action was amazing.
especially
It was.
like with the Bruce Lee stuff.
Yeah.
And-
your ass.
and him, he changed the face of the way people looked at martial arts, if you know anything about Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And so I love his stuff, but I've always watched movies and stuff like that. I watch for the fight sequences. It might be a horrible movie, but they got some great choreography and techniques to them.
Yeah.
Mind you,
That's
we grew up with Kung Fu. What was that movie? That wasn't a
Fu.
movie. It was on every day.
It was Kung Fu, and it was David Carradine.
Yeah,
David Carradine, yeah.
yeah. Those were
Yeah, I
pretty
liked
good too. How to
He had
catch a
quite the
fly.
ending, that guy.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with that too, Ryan. Yeah,
Yeah,
checked out
he-
in a kind of a weird manner. Him and
Yeah.
Michael Hutchins from In Excess.
In Excess, yeah.
Yeah, both took the same way out.
Yeah.
And there was somebody else too.
Yeah, around the same time too.
Yeah, it was. It was really close, actually. You're right, Jimmy.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I can't remember who it is, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. There's somebody in California, actor or something, another actor that
Yeah.
did the same thing.
Carradine was known to be an absolute drunk too. Like he
Yeah.
would just show up to the set. And that's why if you ever watch those shows, you wonder how he survived past season 1, because it turned out he had full body arthritis as well. So you can't really blame him, but he moved so slowly.
Oh, it wasn't slow motion. That was the actual motion.
No, that was the
real
actual
speed.
motion.
That was real time. Yeah.
But
Everybody else had to slow themselves down trying to beat the shit out of him. And somehow he still won, but
then
Yeah.
later on, as it progressed, he ended up not like being in any of the fight sequences. It's just they'd just show him move like this, and then they'd have somebody else doing
Body
all the
doubles.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would always be with his back to you.
Yeah.
And then there was
Because it
always
was
the
before they
age-old
could-
question:
Or-
Who'd win in
or-
a fight? Who'd win in a fight? Kung Fu, David Carradine, or the $6 Million Man?
Huh.
That was, when I was going to school, that was always a big conversation. I don't know why. It's like the old who would win, Batman or Superman? You know.
Yeah, we should do like a bracket one day. Yeah, see that?
Puzzle
Movember,
Mix.
baby.
Movember.
Check it out.
You got one of the big ones, did you?
Yeah, I got one of the last XLs, so it
Yep.
fits my my man titties and
little too late.
my
I need
beer
like
belly,
a double XL. I like my shirts loose.
yeah, no, mine's perfect. And actually, Mike was in the comments today while I was on Dean's show making fun of my beer, but as though I could actually purchase something from his brewery.
Yeah.
Just because the thing
That's
is
okay.
he doesn't
Check it.
sell his beer.
I'm drinking.
Oh, he doesn't?
Locke's beer.
Just
No.
gives it to you.
This
Or
is Locke's beer.
gives it to us or whoever. It's great beer. Like if you have a chance to try Positive Mike's beer. Positive Mike is annoying, but he has great beer.
Hey, yeah, he. I saw some of the flavors on Bonzi's show. Bonzi's been pushing it pretty good, and
Ashley, you
some
go
of those.
lie down. Damn you, woman! You go lie down.
Here?
You're still
Oh, I don't-
sore.
you know
from
what,
your
I've got-
COVID update shots.
I've got my screen full, so I can't see the
Oh,
comments. Now I see it. Oh,
yeah, you pronounced
Hi.
sexy dad bod wrong.
And why are you up?
Yeah, why are you up? I told Ryan to tell you that join in, wish Jimmy a happy birthday, but do it from the garage with a cigarette in your hand, like you always tease me doing. And you went.
She
no,
got
I'm
her
sorry.
she got her booster, her third Pfizer shot yesterday. So she's a little under the weather today. That's why she's not actually here. So
taking advantage of that high tech 5G now.
Oh wow.
Downloading.
Yeah, no,
Fever.
she's definitely full speed now, and
It seems
don't
to
get to
affect
be-
women different than it does men.
yeah, I had the AZ for my first one, and that one kicked my ass absolutely. And then when I had the Pfizer for my follow up, I didn't have any issues at all. So, but she had the Pfizer all three, and she got them. She was like one of the first people in our city to get the vaccine last December when it was rolled out. And her first one wasn't too bad, but the second one kicked her ass, and now this third one is kicking her ass. So
Well, she's powering the show for us, so it's all good.
yeah,
She's
Yeah,
like
she
to
is.
feel that. She's
The only
like to
reason
feel
why I
that
can have,
coax cable too. I'll tell you.
yeah. It's the only reason why I have HD video today is because of my wife. She's full of 5G signal. It's great.
Yeah.
That'll be me end of December when I take that third shot too, but that'll be Moderna, so I'll be down for the count for a few days, I'm sure.
Yeah, they just approved it actually. The Moderna
for a half
for
shot.
half dose. Yeah,
Half
50
dose, yeah.
micrograms for the booster. I
Oh,
got a little confused yesterday because she went for hers and she was offered Moderna yesterday. And it's funny because Health Canada actually released today that it was approved. So they were, I think they were a little early on the offering it up, but she took
Oh.
her triple
Jimmy doesn't have to
Pfizer.
worry about it because Jimmy has
What?
reptile blood.
Yeah, there's a little bit of reptile in me somewhere.
He
I
gets cut
I,
and heals in 4 minutes.
no, it usually takes an hour.
Hour.
I
That's
do.
why he didn't need air conditioning this summer because he's cold blooded. So
It was hot this summer. It was in my apartment because I'm in the center of the
Ooh.
building, and so it was always between 3 and 5 degrees warmer in here than it was outside, even with the windows open.
The hallway must have been brutal.
Oh, it got bad.
I'll give you a word of advice, mister. You save your pennies and you buy yourself a portable air conditioning unit that you can move room to room because you just vent them out the window and you don't have to install anything or just plug
Watch
it out the
your
window,
toes.
plug it in.
I just drank a lot of
Holy
beer.
shit.
I just drank a lot of beer. It helped.
see,
Yeah, that's true. The cold aluminum cans that you bury your, even when they're empty, they're cooler. So you just bury yourself in the cold, empty cans.
he knows.
Oh, I know.
It all works out.
A
Bathtub
lot of-
drinking.
A lot of cold showers while then you have the shower beer and
Bathtub drinking with Jimmy.
That'll be next summer's
That-
podcast.
Next summer.
That's a TikTok.
And going
That's a TikTok thing.
bathtub.
That's the other
that,
thing, Jimmy, you do is your Thirsty Thursday videos. I catch them on Instagram or Facebook or wherever.
Yeah,
some of those are absolutely fucking hilarious.
I do them on TikTok, and then I shared them to everything else. I started it way back when TikTok became a thing, and someone said you need to try it.
Yeah,
and just me dancing around in my living room, sometimes wearing pants.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky, yeah.
But I think like the one video on there that I think has had it actually has had the most views. I think it's at like 40-something thousand views, and it's basically me wearing bunny ears in my underwear, dancing around my living room to Peter Cottontail.
Peter Cottontail, that was for Easter. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Ashley likes the Snow White dress.
Joe, put your earplugs in for a second. Jimmy.
Okay.
How many people do you think have actually like totally tossed off to your videos just because they're weirdos?
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it, but I know there are people that do.
Why don't you have an OnlyFans? You'd be a millionaire.
But it's just the thing is I'd have weird like it actually scares me to some of the people that would. Like,
you're right.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Yeah, you can't, if you think about it, you can't perform.
Like I know Dean Blundell would be on that list.
Yep. Oh, buddy, I would too. Don't you
Dean's
kid
at
yourself
home right now, folded over, pretending to be a pretzel. Just practicing from this afternoon's pod.
Yeah.
Oh God. Lachlan took the cake on that one because of his yoga.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the most flexible out of the group.
Yeah, he's amazingly flexible, that guy.
Really? We need to see some yoga videos of Cross, because I don't believe it.
Well, he is actually really flexible. He sticks his head in places or in his feet in places that. But you don't want to do any
video of him wearing the bunny ears and being flexible to reach the beer.
More guys.
Anzarillo.
Give me a happy birthday.
Hi.
Video of him wearing the bunny ears.
Why am I getting so much feedback?
Someone's
I
getting.
don't know. Somebody's got their speakers on.
Oh, that's me. Settle down.
Way to go,
Hold on.
Bonzi. Come in and fuck up my show.
Oh, what a fucking
Sorry,
amateur.
there we
Jeez,
go.
I never walk in and fuck up your show.
Well,
What an
I'm not used to being on the end there. If I think I deserve a better position than there we go.
Fucking happy now.
You're in the middle now.
There,
You
now
know,
you're
it's
sandwiched like
funny.
you like
I was joking. No offense, Classy, because when I was there was a few minutes today where I was on the top screen and it was Dean, me, Lachlan on the bottom, and then whoever else it was, and I was like,
Me?
oh, this,
Lindley,
I so
fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah, you're leaving. No, but I don't want to be on the top, bro. Yeah,
Piece
sorry
of
to
shit.
you, Lindley. Sorry,
I know,
dude. I'm still shot out of a cannon. I just did a great interview with Glenn Howard.
You
then
did.
I just had a business meeting. Now
You
I'm
did.
staring at the legendary James P. White, dude.
Yes.
Yep.
James,
Yes.
if I may say, and I hate to commandeer your show, just jumping on here, Wade.
You
And
go
the
right
lovely
ahead.
Joe. Hi, nice to see you both. James P. White, you are to be commended, sir. They don't pay you enough at that fucking show. You put up with the utmost bullshit.
Here we
Hey,
go.
say goodbye to Doe. Doe's
and-
leaving. She's got to go to work in the morning.
Oh,
Say bye, Doe.
I
Good night,
don't.
Joe. I love
good night,
you.
Joe.
Boom. She had to go to work.
Anyways, James, you're legendary to me. I really respect you utmost.
When I was in Fort McMurray, James, we really respected you up there at Rock 97.9. Like, big fans, man. Big fans. So,
I
Oh, I think.
don't
is
think
he
I was
frozen?
ever out there.
no,
I was just gonna say
no.
we're not gonna get into the history of every radio station out west again, are we?
Oh, Jesus, no.
No.
No. He's been at 95.7. We were up
Oh,
at
yeah,
Fort
yeah, yes.
McMurray, and yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Observe from a
Positive
distance.
Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hello,
How you
Mike.
doing, Mike?
Long time no chat.
Nice to meet you in person, Mike.
Holy shit, is that Mike?
That's Mike.
Hey, Mike.
It's
You're
my
wearing
new
your
goddamn
sponsor,
shirt.
by the
Me
way.
too.
We've
For
turned
Mike.
to Jimmy's birthday party.
Yes. Happy
See,
birthday,
I
Jim. Happy birthday.
Give me the
Great idea
drum.
this afternoon when I found out it was your birthday. Let's bring in a bunch of reprobates and just shoot the shit.
It's
Wow, you succeeded in that, didn't you, Wade?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
minute
right.
you checked in,
If that's
brother.
what you were aiming for, you fucking hit it.
yeah.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of liking this Friday afternoon, Friday evening drinking party. It's kind of fun. It's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think this is a thing. I really do. I think that
I told you there's a method to this. There's a science to it, and I think it's
Yeah.
going to work.
I do
So
too.
the
I do too.
Bonzi
Yeah.
after party on Friday night's a bitch fest with Wade. We should we'll cross promote.
I don't know what this Bonzi after party shit's about, but
What did you take him out?
Did you just hang out with him?
Yeah,
color
what a
bars.
motherfucker, eh? I understand how you feel, James White, working over there at 95.7 Cruise FM. I literally get the same treatment on the Dean Blundell Network and the Wade Shit Show podcast or whatever he calls it, Bitch Fest. Shit Show, same thing.
No, it's still bitch day. It hasn't changed.
Bitch
I haven't
day, yeah.
Hasn't
rebranded
changed
myself
yet.
at all.
But all being said about Locke and what we do on the show, it looks like they pick on me a lot, but it's just we're buddies. I like doing some of that stuff, but the speed of the eggs today was a little bit excessive. but I knew eventually I was gonna get hit by an egg, but it's like they were throwing the eggs like they were trying to kill a gopher. Like
yeah, they really were.
I said it on Dean's show today. I was like, up next, pitching for 95.7 Cruise FM, Lock across. He was throwing heaters at you, dude.
Oh fuck yeah!
That had to hurt. Like they're only
there was
not even 15 feet away.
and it was going downhill too, so you have a little bit of the gravity thrown in there. But the one, and if you watch the video, the slow down version, the one that hit me right in the middle of the neck, that didn't break on my neck because it was the hard end of the egg, ricocheted off my neck and just destroyed all over the wall, and I got splattered from that too.
The face shot was better.
James, you're a trooper, man. You're a trooper.
You are. Your head was literally down like this. You had egg falling off your face, and you literally like the look. You wanted to kill them. And Lachlan goes from up above. He goes, "You owe us a case of beer, James."
But look
You
how
must have
soft his
wanted
hair
to
is.
kick them both in the nuts so hard.
Look,
I couldn't see because I was wearing goggles, and they egged me right. Like one of the eggs just burst all over my goggles, so it was dripping off my beard and in my nose, and like
You looked like the end of a horrible Pornhub clip. At the end of that, tell you the truth is what you
I
look
think
like.
they call that egg
Gone right.
cocky,
He would be the outtakes of a horrible porn hub clip gone wrong.
not the boo cocky, but the egg cocky.
the egg cocky.
Actually,
Egg cocky.
positive Mike's here. Mike, how many shirts do you have left now for the November
I think
pro?
7.
7? So there you go,
7.
people.
Yeah,
7
come on.
shirts
7
left.
new shirts away just for Bond.
What's that?
You can't see it, can you?
What's
Oh,
that?
yeah, it's maybe an exclusive. We haven't even shown this anywhere. Look at the brand new shirt you can get.
Bonzi scheme.
Oh Christ!
Positive Mike's Brewing.
Coming to a church near
The
you.
Bonzi scheme.
Oh, like that's
Oh,
not going to go
Christ.
to
Fucking
that
love it.
bastard's
Talk
head.
about rebranding, eh, Lindley?
Talk about going to his fucking head.
No shit.
No.
You know what? I like
Yeah,
it better
speaking
this
of-
way.
that ridiculous Tiger Cat hat back there. We lost to the Argos again tonight.
I know.
That's
What
pretty-
the fuck
Ever
happened?
since, I'll tell you what happened.
It's
Ever
CFL
Mazzoli
football.
was
he
on.
sent out that shitty tweet after we beat them at the Labor Day Classic, and we sent out some stupid tweet and embarrassed
James.
ourselves. We've never beat them since.
I don't believe that, Juju. That's not a thing.
It's Juju, bro. I'm
I
telling you.
don't believe
Well,
that,
I
Juju.
can sum it up
Coming
in
from a
one
Jewish
word.
guy, it's
Hey.
Juju.
You're not cheering for the Elks.
Bonzi, don't you start too on the Jewish thing. I'm just kidding. I'll leave it alone.
You leave my heritage alone.
Oh well.
James, I have a question for James. James, I guess all in the name of content, yes, for sure. But at some points, do you ever get really like fucking like at what they kind of joke? But again, in the name of content and creativity, right? Like it's all part of the.
See, See, the thing is, though, is one thing you don't know about the behind the scenes part is
Hmm.
they're never vindictive. They never
No.
try to be mean. But
Right.
again, like even looking back at some of these videos where some of this stuff happens, and it looks like I'm mad or sometimes I am annoyed at the time, but then I see the video and
But
I'm
it's
like I'm laughing at that right now. I'm the one that like I've got bruises on my back to prove this video happened, and I'm laughing. And I watched the video 10 times today,
Yeah,
and because it made me laugh. It was if it was happening to somebody else, I would have laughed.
of course.
So
yeah.
like, but they never cross a line to the point of being harmful. They never do anything disrespectful. Like after we do stuff like that, like Locke has said a number of times, how, you know, I'm a good sport.
4
I do
minutes.
this, I do that. Like
Thank
he shows me respect. So do I get annoyed? Yes. Would I do it again tomorrow? Yes.
Yes.
It's
Of
just
course.
it's
Because they have the utmost respect for you at the end of the day, ultimately.
yeah, and like Locke and I are best friends. We're like we fight like brothers. There are days I want to stab him, but
I don't think you're
I'm
alone
told,
in that one, Jimmy.
but I'm
Yeah.
told I'm told I'm not allowed to because I don't want to go to prison.
I'm just there to torment Jimmy. That's all.
Oh, you? No, not at all.
James P. White, may I ask, and please don't take this the wrong way, but in the little fellows world, are you like the celebrity of celebrities of in your world?
No,
Because listen, you got a pretty great gig going on. Your TikTok kills. I just find you the funniest, coolest motherfucker. Like, are you like a big deal?
not in Alberta. Yes, as a Little People's Association as a whole, no. Like like a
Why?
buddy,
What?
like a buddy of mine who lives in Oshawa. He's been in a number of movies. He's had a number like of smaller roles or whatever. Like he was in some of the National Lampoons. Like I think he was in Naked Mile. He was one of the midget football players.
Little person.
He's done okay, little person. And so he's been in a number of stuff like that. He in my opinion is a big deal. I'm just a radio guy. I'm a radio guy that gets paid to, talk with some jackasses on the radio, shoot some stupid videos, and
Do you have
I like
aspirations to be in movies or bigger and better things? Because that opportunity is out there for you guys now.
it is, but oddly enough, the acting part of things, like doing stuff in movies, I've tried out for some. I'm horrible at reading lines. I'm horrible at like
after
it's
hearing
it's
you read that poem, I find that
But,
hard to believe.
but I also was very like a few beers in at that point.
I was going to say Jimmy was pretty
Attaboy,
lubed at that
Jimmy.
point.
Like
Right on.
like there was two of us. There was two of us, and we drank 3 jugs of beer. Like so.
I used to call that
Wow.
Monday afternoon.
I was just going to say that sounds like a pregame to me.
Fucking
that
Ryan
used
was
to be Monday
drinking
afternoon
earlier.
for
Fucking
Wade.
lightweights.
He's just a little fellow though, too. Come on, like, can you drink more than the average, say, 200
can-
pounder who doesn't?
I can keep
drink
up.
a
I
whole
can
lot?
keep up with some really good drinkers.
Does that blow
Uh,
people's minds away, James P. White, or
Oh,
what?
but it's just the thing is though is I get drunk really quick, but I coast.
What's your cap though? What's your cap where you're like, I'm fucking out? Like on beer, like say canned beer. Like where is it? Where's James P. White's endpoint where it's like I can't drink another beer? Average.
When I get up in the morning and I don't remember how I got there.
You just don't remember the number of beers you drank.
She was a really
But
big
is that
girl.
a case? Like, do you have a number, James, that you know about? Is it a 2-4? Is it 18?
Like usually a good drunk is because I do the after count is 18, and then don't remember going to bed.
I can't actually wait. I actually gotta go. So I'm gonna leave and get another special guest coming in to say happy early birthday to Jimmy. So I'll come back in a bit.
Sounds good.
You're Ryan.
Uh-oh. Who's coming in now?
I don't know.
Oh, who's coming on next?
I don't know.
Oh,
Somebody's
boy.
pinging to get in, but they're not here
Wait,
yet. So. What?
All right.
Oh.
What? No, wait. What?
I love the fact that we're celebrating my birthday and it's next Thursday.
Well, you know, I don't do a podcast on Thursday. Bonzi doesn't do a podcast on Thursday.
Yeah. So
Mike's
this is the
making beer on
closest we're
Thursday.
gonna
So
get.
none of us have time.
How old are you gonna be?
Trying to figure out how to
Jim?
get you beer on Thursday.
47.
47.
47. Attaboy.
Good
So
for
you're
you.
not far. You're not that far behind Locke and stuff. In
Oh,
in
Jesus.
sense of age and
Mr.
that.
Di Fiore, how are you, sir?
Hey.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
This is casual James. You guys get casual James.
Casual
How are
Jimmy.
you? Yeah.
Good. How are you doing?
Casual or
James.
Stone James?
Oh, I'm everything right now, buddy.
Nice to meet you in person, finally.
Have we had any shroomies tonight, James?
Yes, we have. We've had 6 grams of shroomies.
Fuck me. I want to come do them with you. Jesus.
I don't
It'll
know.
be a
If,
wild trip.
literally
I don't know
just
if I
cannot-
yeah, I would like that actually. No, I'm sure with like other people that much in the last 5 years, and I'm like worried not from them, but for me, right? Like, am I going to have a good time? Is it going to be a shit evening because I'm going to have to take care of somebody, like Bonzi? You know,
Do you
You
do
don't need to
enough?
take care of me.
I'm not trying to be funny, so I'm glad you didn't laugh. What's that?
Do you do enough so that you can just get at that level, or do you do more so that you can get over that level and then you can't control and it becomes a bad high? How does that work?
For me personally, I haven't like done less than 6 grams or more than 6 grams in like years. It's just my level. It's just what I like. So I like to go to outer. I like to go to outer space because I never have a bad trip because my mind is programmed to just always go, oh yeah, the shrooms. It's not me.
Yeah.
You know.
James, did you have to work up to hit 6 grams? And I mean, for the normal person out there, mushroom taker, you can take 1 gram of mushrooms if they're decent, and you can fucking have a great 4 hours. Now you're plopping 6 grams into your mouth, which is astronomical amounts. Did it what was it 1 and then 2 and then 3, or do you were like, fuck it, let's go from 1 to 6, or was there an in between?
No, I think that what is that I know that high, that 4 hour 1 gram mushroom high, and it's probably similar for me as it is for you. It's probably a little stronger for you, but I like the 6. You took 6 grams and I took 6 grams. The only reason that you would react to me is because of your mental game when it's a shrooms, not because of the potency of the mushroom. I'm serious.
But
Because my tolerance level has
in life, James. How does 6 grams not fuck
That was a
you
sloppy
up
pivot.
and take you back mentally? Well,
You're like,
I'm fascinated.
just mushroom.
That's where
With the
ayahuasca
tolerance
comes
level
in for me,
because
though.
your horrible childhood, and just want to know how the levels of toxicity in your blood relate to your horrible upbringing. Like, what the fuck, Bob? Like,
What the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
No,
it has
I
nothing to
just
do
meant
with my.
in the
dude,
sense
if anything,
of not
anything,
bloodstream, but memories. Memories
No.
of it
Psycho
would
hour.
bring back that's what fucks me up. I
Okay,
meant no
well,
disrespect
that-
or anything off of that.
that's what I said.
Bloodstream.
It's your
Popcorn.
mental game. Your mental game is off with you. So, anyways, what I was going to say though is that 6, like whatever is outer space to you, it would probably be like 3 grams something. I would probably really freak you right the fuck out. For me, that's like home base because then I just like sit back and I just ride, and then I learn how to be myself while still in outer space. But it's not because I've done it for so long, tolerate so much more than you. 160 pounds. I'm not like this massive guy that's like whatever. I just enjoy intensity when it comes to shrooms. Like that's what I look for.
So like
So you
Why the
bring,
fuck aren't you guys saying
looks
anything?
like
Why? What's with the awkward pauses? Jesus Christ.
No, it's
We're,
I'm fascinated. You're
processing.
sitting in a kid's bed with about
No, I'm
18
not.
layers
This is
of
my bed.
clothes.
My kid doesn't like
high as
Casablanca.
fuck on
What the-
mushrooms.
nice pictures, by the way. Nice.
Your kid doesn't like Casablanca? What are you raising?
man. I like the bars for other things, not just for cribs. For grown-up stuff too.
How many times do you? How many times do you handcuff yourself to those bars and you're stuck there for a week?
Only like 6 times. It's not that bad. It's pretty good.
James,
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Are you good on mushrooms, Jim?
I've never tried.
No.
I just recently did a weed edible, and that messed me up a little bit. Yeah, like I've never I'm an alcoholic. I drink beer and booze. I've tried weed 3 times.
Alcoholics shouldn't drink or shouldn't smoke weed, because then you'll end up smoking joints when you're all drunk, and then you end up. If you're an alcoholic and you smoke weed, you vomit like 30% more than just a straight up alcoholic, for sure.
That's true. That's
Quitters
true.
vomit. Quitters vomit. Quitters vomit. No.
If you're spinning and shit and you got the cold sweats, you ever done that? Drank a bunch of tequila and then smoked a joint like an idiot at 1 a.m.? It's awful.
Nope. Never done that.
Yeah, but when you're drinking a lot of tequila, even without the weed,
that can make you vomit and spin, eh, Jimmy?
It's the tequila. Like tequila, I had tequila once, but it was almost half a bottle. But it's just, I puked the stuff I had a week ago.
Does hard alcohol hit you harder as a little fella than beer, Jimmy? Or is it
no, not really? Oh, you're talking.
Don't really drink that stuff.
No, it's not really. Not really. It just depends on the moderation. Like the same thing. I have like my tolerance to the number of beer I can drink in comparison to hard alcohol is different because I drink more beer. I don't drink a lot of hard stuff. The majority of the hard I do is shots. And there's been times that I've almost left a bar without my pants.
At the Yellowhead.
No, actually, I was a stripper at the Pinkies down by the Commonwealth.
Right.
Hold on a second.
Friday night is
Hold on a second.
James, you're my awesome.
It was a little person, and you were stripping at a place called Pinkies. Really?
Yes.
Was that
I was
intentional?
the only.
Was that like the word play of the day? What was that?
No, actually, the name of the bar was Pinkies. I was hired as a
right.
I was a mascot, and then I became a stripper later, and
so awesome.
And I was the only male stripper there, and I was the only midget stripper there. And
you're kidding,
dude. There should be a chain of midget strip bars called Pinkies. I'm telling you.
I agree. How are you not like a multi-millionaire after all the shit you've done? You played professional basketball, or can we call it professional basketball?
Yes,
James
we got
P.
paid
White?
to fucking play basketball.
We got
motherfucker.
We got paid to play, but it's just the majority of what we did was public speaking. Like we were motivational speakers for the kids, talking about bullying and pushing through hard shit and stuff like that. It was a big part of what we did.
I think you need a better new agent. Is Lachlan your agent right now? I think Lachlan.
No, I've got
Lachlan's
2 agents. One of them.
Yeah, Stormy. I know. He's holding you back, dude.
The only thing that Locke does as an agent is people call in and say, "Hey, we want Jimmy to do something," and then he takes half. And I do all of it.
Hey, Jimmy. Have you ever heard Lachlan's philosophy on having a son? And that at the age of I think he said between 12 and 15, that you need to kick the crap out of your son. You need to take a bat to Lachlan. Out of all the things that I've seen that I've heard him do to you, you need to show him that you need to get a fish bonker or whatever the fuck and nail that kid right in the hip.
Like the thing is though is he Lachlan has a list of people that he doesn't trust, and it's anyone who hasn't fought their father or stepfather. I've never fought my father, but Locke calls himself but Locke says he's my stepdad, so I should kick the shit out of him one day.
Well, there you go. You got a loophole, and fill that loophole with a fucking bat.
At least just fucking.
But But it's just
You're
I can't do it.
perfect height. Just headbutt him in the nuts, James.
The only problem I have is his knee.
No, you need a weapon.
Gets
Yeah.
right up to my face real quick.
You need a weapon.
Like, I
You're
have
Have
to-
you
half
seen the size of his fucking head? Deforia, his head is a weapon. He could,
Okay, great.
He could
But
literally
Lachlan
just
outweighs
walk
it by like
right
100
in.
pounds. You need a weapon. Just don't worry. Don't,
If you
don't
just
feel
ran
pride.
full tilt into Lachlan's nuts, that would be a
Lachlan
weapon.
believes in corporal punishment, so it has to go both ways.
What you have to do, Jimmy, is you've got to incorporate a taser inside a lightsaber.
There you go.
And then go to work.
There
and
you go.
Look, check out
Fuck
my
the
new fucking
lightsaber,
lightsaber.
Jab
Zot,
him in the neck with a taser. That's all. Like,
cattle
you know,
prod. A fucking
Pretend you're
cattle
about to give him a
prod.
hug and boom, right in the back of the head.
Okay. No, we're friends, but we're not huggers.
How's he going to get up there, James?
And that's one. And two, if I'm going to taser him, it's not going to be in the neck. It's going to be in the right nut.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you can't reach his neck.
I was just going to say, how you getting up
And
to
if
the
his
neck
nut
anyway?
falls out, Bonzi, you can lend him a nut. Be good.
Or take a fourth for
certainly
yourself,
could. I
Bonzi.
got one to share. Yeah,
Or take a fourth for yourself.
I'm not going
You're
to
like-
be
you're
greedy
like
like
the-
that. I would
Fonzie.
share. I would share.
Bonzi,
It's like giving
you're
a-
you're like the male version of that bartender with the 3 tits in Total Recall. You remember that?
Wow, I haven't heard that yet, but thank you, James. I'll take that as a compliment.
Maybe that's where Bonzi's Pornhub career is going.
Oh, you should wait and see.
3 balls,
I'm
3 tits.
literally
and away you
setting
go.
up my new account this weekend. Another breaking news story.
Oh,
on,
good.
drop
Yeah, you
on,
gonna new name
more
too,
rebranding.
or
Bitch Day. We're gonna. We have. I mean, we just have. I say we. I have to start my own OnlyFans with my 3 nut special a gift that I have. It's
but you got
it's just
but you
it's
got
there.
but you got to have some kind of shtick with it. Like you
Hold
gotta,
on.
you got
It's
you
not a
gotta
gift.
learn
It's
how
a
to jump.
deformity. It's an anomaly.
I think it's Mister. If it's going to start pumping in money, that's a gift that
no,
will
the
keep
gift
on
is
giving.
a stupid public that will buy shit like
But here's
that.
the thing. Here's the thing.
That's the gift.
You having 3 nuts doesn't mean nothing. You got to do something fun. Like you got to learn how to juggle them or something. Like you got to
donate
you know,
money to somebody. Donate it
you
to
know,
a Push Club that only has one. That's what you should
Like-
do.
like
if
you-
you
like
Do you
you
know
could-
how long it took to get me to master taking those 3 pictures with the illustrations and stuff? I think even that every day, just watching me manipulate and play with my 3 balls and try to set them perfectly and stuff. People would like to see that if you've got a weird fucking fetish.
or
listen,
that takes what, 30
Multiple
seconds?
sponsorship.
Welcome to OnlyFans, where one 30-second clip has been viewed 16 billion times. Like, it's not going to happen.
or
right?
I'm pretty sure.
People's attention span are this big, so
I know.
Yeah, so is your third ball. But here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. Who would you playing with your 3 balls or watching a midget jerk off? Like,
Why
I'll
can't
be the
you guys
midget.
combine
Oh,
the
midget
thing?
jerking off, hands down.
Why
There's
can't you jerk off to
there's a
him playing
need
with
for
his
both.
balls?
I'm not jerking.
How
I don't see why you guys don't do that.
How about Jimmy?
Being
about
crazy on
no?
OnlyFans makes you a lot of money. That'll make you a lot of money.
No,
what are you watching, guys? I'm watching a midget jerk off to a guy with 3 nuts. Oh, that's
I was
great.
just gonna say, combine the 2, and holy fuck!
Explain that to
James
mother.
P. White, let's talk. We're going on tour together.
That shit
You
just
can
got weird.
juggle my 3 nuts whilst jerking off on stage. Is there a platform for that?
This is taking puppetry of the penis to a whole new level.
This is taking
Hey,
podcasting
whatever.
to a
Better
whole
get
new
on
level.
board, buddy.
Millions.
We're going to make
Calm
millions
down.
of one.
Now, let's get this. Make sure this is crystal clear. I will be manhandling my own nuts and penis, whilst Jimmy manhandles his own little penis. Whilst
When you
watching
say
me
manhandle,
fondle my-
are you a vigorous ball toucher? Are you like, get over here, balls? Like, are you like that? Or are you like more of a.
Get over here.
Listen, I think I'd like to not to
question.
brag or toot my own
You guys are trying to
horn,
make
but
money.
I'm
I hope
I'm
you
an
don't toot your horn.
ambidextrous actor where I can juggle the balls real slow, if that's what the mood is. But I
don't
can
think you
really
got this
get
through.
Do you know what the
fired
word
up and-
ambidextrous means, or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
do you?
and I can do them with both. No, that's what I'm saying. I could juggle my balls with both
Thank you.
hands because I am and manipulate them in fun ways that people would love.
People would
I
have
don't
you
even
done some
believe it. Look at your face.
I don't know if
He
there's a
does.
lot of people that would love that.
You're like, seriously, I'm
Maybe
going to
one or
juggle my
two.
testicles
This
somehow,
sounds like a
even though
Twitter
they're in an
poll.
enclosed space. I'm going to juggle them. That's right. And people are going to pay money for this. I'm telling you, James.
Yep.
They are,
It's
because
like
Fonzie.
people pay money to go to watch Puppetry of the Penis in Vegas. By the way, it's a
but you're
huge
not-
show.
That's like the Cirque du Soleil of dick tricks. You're not
Yeah,
at that
but
level yet.
who
you know?
can't say I can sit here and learn and watch videos and manipulate my three nuts to
Look
turn
what
it
you're
into
doing.
a pretty fun
Don't
comedy
dedicate
bit?
your life to this, Bonzi, please.
What? Yeah, there's huge likes to this. Why don't you?
No, I
instead of
said
you
don't
writing your stupid
dedicate
mic-
your life to this.
Oh.
Do not do
Oh,
it.
no.
Do not dedicate one more second to this. honestly.
Hey,
Oh no,
Here's
I
my
will, though.
question.
I'm gonna.
I have a question,
Yeah.
Bonzi.
You're cheapening yourself.
7
Bonzi.
months
You're better-
ago or 8 months ago when you left and you started on this journey
I
that
know
you're
what
on
you're
right now, did you think that you would be sitting here contemplating going on OnlyFans to show off your 3 balls?
Bonzi, this is
No,
what people
it
do when
certainly did not.
they want crack.
Bonzi and Jimmy
No,
on
it's
an
not true. Well, you know
OnlyFans.
what? I want crack. My crack is fucking dollar bills.
What's
That's
that,
my
Mike?
crack. So if I'm gonna go on there and make some money for fondling my 3 nuts, I'm all for getting paid for that, and
I
I
don't
don't
think it's
care
gonna
who
happen.
watches.
What
I don't
did
think
you say
anyone's
there,
gonna
Mike? Positive Mike. What did you have to say there?
Bonzi and Jimmy on an OnlyFans webpage.
Yeah, but
no.
Jimmy's the star in that one, right?
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of it.
I can't compete with
I'm
that.
not gonna. I'm
You
not
gotta
gonna
be
go
like
on
a
an
big-
OnlyFans page
you know.
where I'm jerking off to him playing with his nuts.
No.
Someone's gonna
Plus, your
like
nutsack
it.
looks
It
like
ain't
a
this
stress ball
person.
that hasn't
Mike's right.
formed back to its original shape yet. So it's a little odd.
James, I disagree with you in the fact that I think I can make money off this. Even ladies have told me I would make money off
Oh yeah, I'm
this.
sure they did. I'm
would
sure.
like
I'm
to
sure
see-
they encouraged you to do this.
I'm sure those
encouraging you to do it. I just don't think it's going to do anything except make you embarrassed, and then you're going to be like, "Oh, I thought it was going to make
Why
me some
would I
money,"
be-
but you live,
Dude,
you learn. Luke, live and learn
think-
right now, and don't do it. Come on.
James,
Bonzi.
DeFiore, do you think there's anything in this world that I'm embarrassed
Sorry, what?
at this
Sorry,
point?
wait,
Can we
what?
have-
I just say my
can
last
we-
name?
Can we have a lesson? Can we have a lesson in the pronunciation of James's last
Did I say it
name?
right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So
De
growing
Fury.
up, all the white suburban kids said DeFury. So
DeFury.
mine growing up was DeFury, which would have been a great rap name if I thought of it at the time. And
Oh.
and in Italian it's Di Fiore, and anywhere in between you can get away with like Di Fury or Di Fiore.
Di Fiore.
But Bloodell says it like that, but it's not. That's not usually how people say it. I just let him say it like I don't know.
How the fuck do you say your last name?
Di Fiore. Like if you're going to say it like a North
Fiore.
American guy, it'd be like Di Fiore. You know, that's how you
Fiore. Just imagine
Fiore.
Fiore
Yeah, like Fiero,
with a D in the
but
front.
not as much of a pussy.
Fiore.
Sort of like Fiona, but different.
Yeah, my last name means flower.
Sure.
If I was French, I'd
Fiore.
be La Fleur,
Like Guy.
You're not. So
and I
it's
can't
Di
even
Fiore.
skate. So what the fuck's up with that? You know. All right, guys, I'm gonna
I'm
go
scared
because
to
you
go
guys
to
are all
class.
awkward pausing and shit. I'm sorry to take over your
You just
airwaves.
can't look at
Happy
you can't look at the
problem,
screen.
James. Thanks for
You can't look
popping
at the
in.
screen
Appreciate
right now.
Yeah.
I,
This is like the
you're
political
not-
show.
Listen to me, I'm on 6 grams of
all right, all right.
mushrooms.
This
and
is
I'm
like
fucked.
Jimmy, Bonzi, don't do it. Ryan, love you. Jimmy,
Love
happy
you.
birthday. I can't read the other two. Love you guys. Sorry, I can't see.
it was just like election night when he got same thing, 6 grams, and he couldn't see, he couldn't look at us because he couldn't look at our faces.
Yeah.
And when you're on shrooms, you can't look at somebody's
But
face,
he did
right?
it.
So
He did it all in one handful. It was just like boom, and I was.
it's a machine.
He is a machine.
I don't know. I can't do that shit.
I don't know
Doesn't
how he
work for
does
me.
it.
Doesn't work for me.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
I gotta go
Yes.
too, fellas.
Why?
It's my neighbor's birthday, and
Always an
I've
excuse for
been.
But
Yeah, it's not excuses, but listen, it's been a pleasure joining this wonderful podcast again. I love all y'all. James P. White, I don't know how you do it. I fucking would ask for a raise every single day there. If I were you,
Jimmy's way
Lindley,
underpaid.
you're always
Hey,
you're a million times smarter than me.
but just-
I look forward to hanging out with you.
No, you
I
know
did-
what?
I do
What you
love the
did-
guys I work with, and I have fun doing what I do.
What you did tonight,
Good
by the
for
way,
you, pal.
Bonzi, Glenn Howard, holy shit.
That was good.
I grew
watched
up watching Glenn Howard, and that was so cool to see him That was a great interview. Good job.
Right. And I want to ask you if you don't mind, and thank you for the kudos, but
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's not every day you get a curling legend on it and stuff, and not everybody's into curling, but was it pretty cool to break it down from literally where he started playing with his 7-year older brother, and they did win 4 huge championships together, but then to break down the rest of his career after, I thought it was a pretty fun chat just to listen to him, his knowledge and memory of every shot of every year that I mentioned. I thought that fascinated me more than anything tonight.
He was just so he was so candid, and so it sounds like he has a very photographic memory of his past, which is really cool, and it's like well deserved because he's like such a Canadian. He's a Canadian legend, but he doesn't act like it, and you would never know it. And I just think he's a great dude. I just think he's a solid salt of the earth guy. So when you come home and you go and play golf with him, I'm coming with you because I need to meet him in person because he's such a cool guy.
With me and listen, he would be happy to have us, and I'd be happy to make that happen. So
yeah, it'd be great.
Let's do that. And again, thanks for the kudos. He was a great interview.
Before you run,
Lindley, you have to come to Whistler in February.
Yes. Fuck am I going there for February?
We'll explain this to you here in a second. Bonzi's got to run to Bonzi before you go.
I'm working some angles, and my boy here, producer Glassy, just rolls himself into everything that I'm doing.
I think my daughter Tamara has the winning combination here, guys. The grass can tickle Jimmy's balls when he walks, and then he can simultaneously tickle Greg's third nut. I think Tamara might be onto something there.
I don't think Jimmy's going to acquiesce.
If it makes us
rubber
money,
gloves,
Jimmy, I am down.
But she's
Rubber
stealing.
gloves, James.
She's stealing one of my best jokes. That's one of my best jokes. Why do midgets laugh when they run? Because the grass is tickling their balls.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't steal a midget's joke.
That's
Way to
the
go,
funniest
Tamara,
thing
you've been
ever
ostracized.
said. Cilantro aside and everything. Well, by the way, that cilantro story still is a winner in my books. On that note, folks, I gotta go. I fucking love you, Wade. I love each and every one of you on this podcast. Take care, fellas.
We'll talk
to you, bud.
Bye, guys.
Talk to you soon.
See you tomorrow.
The one and only Bonzi from Bonzi Live.
Oh my god,
just love that guy.
He's a beaut, man. Like everybody loves a full yard sale, and I think that's what makes this podcast so.
But you know what?
Better.
That's exactly why him and Jimmy are such a great pair. They'd be such a great match because they're both yard sales. They're both fucking instant content.
I can't
no
believe
matter what you do, James. You have to agree. You are walking content.
That's half our show.
Yeah,
your show
is
our show.
Like it really
revolves around you, and you know it, and it's true. And Lachlan gives you all that credit, thankfully, because he's right.
But there's been times that shit has happened to me that doesn't happen to normal people. How many people got beat up by a stripper in a strip club and she broke his iPad, and it was her, and it wasn't even my fault. I slapped her on the ass, but she beat the shit out of me the day before, and on my birthday, and
go ahead.
Like I had bruises. Like I shaved my face. I had bruise. Like it went all down my cheek, around here, and up into here. And she didn't punch me in the face. That was her boobs.
It's like that video that we all shared today.
Like
the one with the bug.
We
ended
the
show with that.
Like she speared me, like she come flying, and her boobs took me out. I'm down. I'm laying on the ground, and she's mad, and I don't even know what I did. And she's pulling my arm back, going, "I'm going to break your arm." And I'm like, "Please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't."
At least you were polite about it.
And it actually took 2 bouncers and her boyfriend to pull her off me. And it was weird because the night before we did at the club, like when you do stage shows, like you can kind of bring other strippers on with you. We did a dual show on stage the day before, and she just got really drunk and it got weird.
Oh wow.
You know, just be grateful it wasn't back when Pinky's. Prior to Pinky's, it was a forum, still a strip club, and I was a DJ there at the ballet for many years, and we had a shower, a plexiglass enclosed shower.
Yeah.
Just be grateful the shower wasn't still on stage, because the bitch might have tossed you in there, closed the door, and let the water run until it filled up.
But when she took me out, we were standing by the bar. I was actually leaving. I was like, okay, I'm out of here, and I tapped her in the middle of the back, but she thought I grabbed her ass. My hand was as high as my midget arm could reach, and she just lost it. Okay, sorry.
So she thought you were trying to cop a feel.
Yeah, but it's just
maybe she wanted you to cop a feel.
I'm
guessing that you for grabbing her back.
I'm guessing no.
Yeah, I'm on team no as well.
like a couple days later when we saw each other, or a week later when we saw each other again, and the boyfriend and security told her what happened, she actually felt bad, but she was hammered. But it got weird.
Did she at least replace your iPad?
Oh, it was on warranty.
Oh, okay.
How do you explain that to Apple Care? That's my question.
That for
you call Apple Care? Hey, listen. Here's
the thing.
Stripper.
No, here's the thing. It didn't crack the screen. It didn't do any damage. It just, like me falling, jostled it. So they actually inspected it, and they took it as a faulty iPad.
Jimmy, that is amazing. That's an amazing story.
That is actually
luck, dude.
That's the way that ends with the Apple warranty is kind of my favorite part.
Fuck yeah, man.
What years, Jimmy? What years were you doing the basketball stuff? Because I have a really funny story. I have a funny small world.
I joined the basketball team. I want to say the end of
get drinks.
The end of 2000.
Is your Wade? Go get drinks.
No, I'm talking
end of 2000. Okay, so did you ever come to Ontario?
I spent a lot of time in Ontario.
Well, I'm going to tell you something really funny.
Whereabouts?
Well, in Hamilton, actually.
Okay, I spent a week and a half there.
Yes, you did, and you actually spent some time with my wife.
This is going to get real interesting now.
My wife was in, at the time, grade 5, grade 6.
Oh, okay, well, it's not going that way. Damn it.
And she, easy.
We were hoping for a good one.
Anyway, and she actually met you and your team when you came to her school, and we talked about it. And this is before I even knew you. And we talked about the half pints coming to the school and how, like, it was a phenomenal show. It was a great, cool thing that to happen. And then all of a sudden I met you, and I still didn't know about the half pint thing until recently when the video resurfaced.
Yeah.
And I showed it to Ashley, and she's like, holy fuck. She goes, I guarantee I've met him. I met him at my school when they were here. So I thought it was a very cool small world thing, because it was right around when you would have joined up and started touring with the team. So yeah.
Funny story on the same end is Lisa. She works for Play 107, our sister station up here. Mm-hmm. I was at her school.
Lisa Evans.
I was at her school when she was in junior high or something like that too.
Isn't that fucked?
And we worked together.
Yeah, what a small world. It's small so cool world. Though. I just thought it was so funny just because of such a separation of worlds, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, you met my wife. I haven't met you. I've had more interaction with you, and you met my wife.
They pulled all the students that were done their work early that day to come play ball, so we probably played ball together. I figured Ashley would have been outside having a smoke, but you know,
she was in grade 5. You fucking weirdo.
I was in grade 5 and smoking.
Stop worrying about my wife smoking.
Smoke fit behind the 7-Eleven.
Like a dog with a bone.
Yeah, you just be careful, Lindley. I got stories on you already too, buddy.
Where's Ashley tonight?
Ashley's recovering from her third Pfizer shot tonight. She's a little under the weather, so she's not coming on with us. So.
She's just commenting.
But the funny thing about the half pints, the basketball days, was I've met so many people, so many different ways, and it's cool. Like it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to put words to sometimes because it was so much fun. I really loved what I did, but it was the traveling that made me end it. Like it's just because it's just we were on the road 10 months. As long as schools were out, we were on the road from St. John's, Newfoundland, all the way to Victoria, all the way up to the Northwest Territories. We went everywhere, and it got a little rough on sometimes the traveling, but I find now with the way internet is and the way things are going with that is like I did a presentation here through the radio station on Pink Shirt Day. We had I think we had about 50 logins. So there, and of that, for me giving a bullying presentation, we had at least 30 classrooms on. I reached so many people in 1 hour through the internet, like through Zoom, and then I was still getting emails and and stuff, with questions and things like that. It's as if you help one person or get one person to think, okay, I don't have it as bad as I think I do, all that kind of stuff. Or, hey, he's here, I went through some shit but I'm still standing.
See,
if you give that
of COVID,
you rock, man. Seriously,
all the negative of COVID.
Yep.
And Jimmy was able to sit down and reach more kids in an hour in one afternoon than he would have had COVID not been around.
I would have been one of the
positive stories out of COVID. It's stories like this.
Yep.
Where Jimmy can come out and reach, what is there, 30 kids in a class by 30 classes, 900 kids in an afternoon.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. Like it was like I love the in-person interaction, but you can reach so many more people that way. I still want to be able to go and meet people in person,
of course.
But to get the message out to more, like the online groups are so much better for that.
Yeah, just for the sheer volume of people.
Yeah, do a day or two of the online, and then do 5 days of touring school to school, and do another 10 schools over those 5 days type deal.
Like it's, and the thing with that is, especially with the fact that I don't drive, so I was able to reach all these schools from my office.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you could have a beer.
I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't have to drive.
I wasn't gonna drink the beer while I was doing the presentation.
You put a Pepsi wrapper around it. That's all.
That's right.
Yeah, but
but
once I start slurring my words, and then there you go.
Just blame that on the shunt.
Oh, he's just he must drink with my dad. Oh, probably have.
Probably got drunk with him once or twice.
Probably had pinkies.
All right, let's.
It's pretty wild.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No. You go ahead. Sorry. You were talking. Go ahead.
No, you talk.
Oh,
We're
okay.
done.
I wasn't. No.
Hey, Mike. Mike, would you shut up eventually? Like,
Yeah,
it'd be
shut
nice
up,
if we
Mike.
could all get
Yeah,
a
Mike,
fucking
you're
word in
talking way
edgewise.
too
A
much.
positive,
Fuck,
positive
let's
Mike would shut up every once in a while here.
I just
The rest
asked
of us
him
could
why
talk.
he wasn't bugging Jimmy because they're usually every morning they're going at each other. I was like, "You're kind of quiet. Why aren't you bugging him?"
Well, and Jimmy took a fair swipe at Mike before he even came on. And,
I know.
I'm surprised we haven't addressed that.
For him, but Jimmy, he's had easy shots and he's not taking them.
I'm being nice. I'm taking the high road.
Yeah. Normally you're just annoying.
No,
See?
Ah.
There we go.
Yep, there it is. Here
Everybody
we go.
else mute your mic.
Yep. Ryan, popcorn time.
Let the war come to me.
Pop the popcorn. Jimmy, I can't let this part go though. Talking about the half pint stuff. Was there any validity to the stories that were coming out about that organization's founder host?
Yes.
Okay, so that was a thing, eh?
I didn't know. There was
Obviously.
rumors. There was rumors when I was with the team, but what transpired, like where the charges and accusations came in, was way before that. Was when he was a wrestler, when he was a professional wrestler. And
So it had nothing to do with the
It
basketball
had nothing
stuff.
to do with the basketball teams, but there was. I heard that there was a couple of people that previously were on the, or little people that were on the team that accused him, and
Wow.
But again, that was like 10 years before I even joined the team.
Yeah.
But
you never saw anything weird?
No, he treated me good. Like we were friends. We used to, like, he wasn't a big drinker. I wasn't a big drinker back then. But there was no weird stuff that I saw, but
yeah,
what I heard and what had happened, it bothers me that someone that, hurt people like that, but made such a, but they
made a difference.
But the thing that he created caused, like, helped so many people.
Yeah.
When then you have the people that he hurt, and I think the amount that he hurts almost like gets rid of like his contribution to the rest,
which is horrible, because he did do a lot of good, and your group did a lot of good, and just that,
and like he helped a lot of little people that didn't think that they could get jobs anywhere else but in entertainment. And
that's one thing I wanted to ask you, Jimmy. You were mentioning that you guys are on tour 10 months out of the year for the most part.
That's bullshit.
And a whole pile of you can find you traveling around in vans and buses and so forth, staying in hotel rooms, sharing hotel rooms, I imagine, to keep costs down. Was there any bullying in amongst the group that you were with? I mean, you were out promoting anti-bullying. Was there any internal bullying?
Not as much bullying, but it's just you spend so much time together, you don't like each other. Like there's times that like with any group, like if anyone in that group was messed with by anybody else, the whole group would be on that person.
Yeah.
But within the group, we always had a little bit of infighting, or where, like, we're two people on one crew couldn't work well together, so they moved one person to it, like switch people around. Like when you spend that much time together and you're eating together, you're working together, you're sleeping in the same, like traveling together, it gets
it's monotonous.
A lot
from playing hockey that you get into tight quarters and guys lose their shit on each other.
If anybody's ever been married, they would totally relate to this.
Well, my first marriage, yes. My second one, not so much. And I say that honestly and freely. 26 years, and I don't know if we've ever raised our voices at each other. Mind you, she doesn't talk to me, so.
She gets you your liquor. She gets you your liquor, though. She gets you.
She will bring me a beer when I text her to bring me a beer. Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I think we did a drunk fest. Ryan was here.
Well, I did it tonight. We were sitting here in mid conversation, so I texted her to ask me to bring me another beer. Right when she jumped off, or I booted her to bring me a beer.
Do you find? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go. No, you go.
Oh, Somebody go.
Again?
Somebody go.
I'm cracking another one of Locker's beers, Jimmy.
Oh, Jesus.
Locker brought beer over the other day.
You're breaking Mike's heart. You're breaking Mike's heart.
I know it's not Mike's.
He gave me shit today. He gave me shit today for the beer I was drinking on Dean's show.
He's speechless right now.
Locker didn't bring me any of Mike's brewing beer. He
Because
brought me
Walker doesn't
Bud Light.
share Wade. He drinks.
I
everybody.
know. Well, we're babysitting his dog. When he goes to Hungary, we're taking care of his dog. So they came over to have a puppy play date, threw the dogs in the backyard, just make sure they get along before we do all this shit. And Locker brought, I don't know, a dozen beer or whatever, and then left them all behind. So I told Jimmy we're going to be best friends
Right
tonight because
on.
I'm drinking all Locker's beer.
Yeah.
Are they Locke's beers or Jimmy's beers?
No, these are
Oh
Locker's
no,
beers.
no, those were locks. I don't do the diet beer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Attaboy.
I do free beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever's there and cold.
No, not whatever's there. No.
It's
But I am going to have to get some positive mics. There's no two ways about it. We were actually talking about this on last week's podcast, I think, guys.
I think so.
Yep.
About getting some out to Ryan and then getting some to Glassy and some to myself, different flavors, and we'll sit here and we'll discuss the flavors of beers. I think that'd be really cool.
I think we should
Oh,
do
yeah.
a podcast like that. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
let's
would be
get
cool.
yeah. I think I would totally be down for
Not
that.
for Jimmy though. He's had
Ryan, I don't
enough.
know if you saw my DM. I actually
I did.
that, and I was like, "Are you serious? You couldn't come to Edmonton?" Like,
Go figure,
seriously.
right?
I went to work so perfect, so she had to stop in Hamilton.
I know. It's cool because we have a lot of cool craft breweries around here as well. Like Hamilton's got a pretty good scene now, which we never did before. And I've tried a lot of cool different things. And I never used to be that guy. I used to always like kind of laugh at that. I'd be like, oh, look at these fucking hipsters and their stupid beers. And it's like all these
Amen.
hipsters.
They're called beer snobs.
Yeah, well, and then these hipster beer snobs, I tried their beer, and it's like, well, maybe you're onto something here. You guys are actually doing something pretty good.
Yeah, but
While you're on here,
a lot of it's like IPA stuff, which is some's okay, but like if you
Yeah,
go
you
with
have
the
one,
edge-
you've had a dozen. You're right.
Or it ends up too hoppy, right? Like you can make my neighbor and I, Brent, we make beer all the time, but like Mike and I were talking about after the show in our chat was it can either get really good or it can get really hoppy and just taste like crap, like absolute crap.
So what happens when you make it in your fucking bathtub glass? So you got to solve it. Okay?
Lindley, no. I've sent you pictures, fucker.
I know my son brought beer by here a while ago now, over Christmas, I think. And you could chew it. That's how hoppy it was.
Oh,
it was horrible. Horrible.
I had a really cool one there's a place here in Hamilton called Collective Arts.
Yeah, I just had one of those tonight.
Yeah, they make this really neat salt. It's like some salt beer, some weird salty something Bavarian salt, whatever. The first sip is horrible because it is so salt. It's like literally taking a handful of table salt and just jamming it in your mouth.
Ugh.
But then all of a sudden, I don't know what it does, but it's designed to do it this way, and your entire mouth just kind of like chills out, and then you drink the rest of it. It's fucking delicious. It's like, holy, how'd you guys do this? I'm intrigued by this outside of my normal domestic or even the commercially available import realm is really kind of cool when it comes to beer. Like I'm not one to just sit and drink a case of beer to do unless it's like a hot summer day and I got the smoker going and I'm out.
Well,
there
I guess
all day long.
Jimmy and I are on the same page then because we do that.
But
I've got a craft beer right now.
What do you
What's
guys?
that?
What are you guys doing?
This is Jasper.
Jasper. Okay.
Jasper Brewing Company. It's a tangerine lager.
Yeah, see, I like the fruit. I like the fruit ones. I do like the ones that have a bit of a fruit back to them. Like not totally like a fruit juice, but like if it's got like a hint of a fruit, I'm down. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
What about tea beer, Ryan?
What's that? Sorry,
What
Kel?
about tea beer?
Tea?
Tea.
The one that I'm drinking is called Half in the Tea Bag, and it's a Robust tea.
Yeah. Do you remember when? So you remember when Coors Light did that thing, the Coors Light iced tea,
That's where you got it from.
So I went to the
was-
store and came back with it and put it in the fridge. He opens the fridge and he goes,
Clit?
"What the hell is in our fridge?"
What's a clit? CLIT. Coors Light iced tea. I laughed. I thought that was the funniest thing ever
That's
because
how
it
we
was a
used to-
clit.
That's
And
how
I went,
waitresses used
okay,
to order them in the bar.
I guess we're drinking the clits. This is great. So
There it is.
And you know what? It was fantastic. But what intrigues me?
Oh, that's stuff. Yeah.
Sponsored and Tripping with Bonzi. Booyah. There it is. I want that photo. Send that to me. Please.
I want the. I want to try that cherry one.
Somebody else's.
A cherry one and the jalapeno one. And those are the two ones that sound really good to me.
Cherry, I don't have at the moment. I have to wait till the fall.
Ryan, we actually have to wait till our neighbor grows some more cherries for that one.
If you guys need some help, I could totally send you some cherries. I don't care.
What kind of cherries do you use, Mike?
It was whatever was the tree next door. They had cherries. We just
free cherries.
That's really cool.
Free cherries. Yeah. Okay, well next year
I love that.
If my trees produce any cherries, I will bring them to you. Because
sounds good.
We've got a couple cherry trees. They produce like a son of a bitch every second or third year, and we can't keep up to them. So
that'll work.
Now I have some place to take them where they can be recycled.
What were you talking about earlier, Mike? The mixture jalapeno and the brew you were talking about earlier. Mango?
It was habanero and mango I've got to do.
Yeah. That's a great flavor combo. I make sauces out of that for barbecue.
Yep. That's just enough to counteract. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out how to get the right balance and hot and sweetness. So
yeah.
That's awesome. Cool.
Because we did. I've done 2 tea jalapeno and wheat beers. So
that sounds really good. I love the idea. I love the idea of the fusion, just the fusion of the flavors. It's a great idea.
We can create a community of beer sharing. I think that sounds. Sorry, I sound like hell. I darted the other night. I went full Ashley and just smoked a lot of darts. My voice is shit. I can't even talk right now. Horrible. You know when you're sitting there and you're like, yeah. Jim, do you smoke? No.
My wife literally smokes maybe 10 cigarettes a day.
Oh God.
It'll be 3 years for me in a month that I've quit smoking.
Good for you. I had to go buy store-bought so that my lungs don't hurt anymore.
Yeah.
You're smoking those, what do you call them? Rolled golds, the Indian smokes?
Indian cigarettes?
Oh,
the hell is that?
I saved a party next door to my neighbor's kid's grad party about, I don't know, 7, 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And one of the guys I work with,
fucking gap, 7 to 15. Can you fucking narrow it down a bit, Wade? Or
a year and a half?
11 years, 4 months ago. 11 years, 4 months ago. They were having an after-grad party at their house, and one of my coworkers at UPS brought me some Montreal Indian cigarettes.
Oh boy!
And 200 of them in a plastic bag.
$35 a carton.
$20 for a carton. He brings them over to me at work. He said, "You owe me $20." Yeah, fuck, $20 for a carton of smokes. I'll deal. I brought them home. Doe and I smoked 2 of them, and it's like I can't do this.
And then you have lung cancer immediately.
Exactly. My lungs hurt. My ears are bleeding. It's like fuck. I can't smoke these, man.
I always say
the neighbors are having this big goddamn grad party, and 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, they got a subwoofer in the fucking garage. Nobody's outside in the garage, but they got the subwoofer just boom, 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 boom. Fuck this. I've had enough. Got up, went over there. Look, guys, can we kill the fucking subwoofer at least? I mean, it's right by my bedroom door. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, Wade, you smoke? Do you have a cigarette? And there's 200 people milling about, eh? As a matter of fact, do I have a deal for you guys?
I got something for you.
I'll be right back. Came home, I grabbed that bag of cigarettes. I went over there, I threw them on the fucking picnic table. I says, you guys can smoke these till you fucking turn blue. It'll take about 3 each. Just keep the music down, and everybody's happy. Yep, you got a deal, man.
Jimmy, you never smoked, did you?
I ever spent.
No, I've never smoked.
Yeah.
No, good man. Don't start.
Not even pot? You were never a pot guy or anything?
I've smoked pot 3 times.
Yeah.
3 of which were with Locke and Grant.
Yeah, it's funny. I was saying, I smoke cigarettes, but I've never been a smoking pot guy. But I like edibles. Edibles are kind of cool. Every once in a while, if things are getting crazy, I need to sleep. I'm having issues or whatever, just to get to sleep. They're fantastic. But I can count literally on 2 hands how many times I've smoked pot in my life, and I just can't do it. Especially now. Like back when I was in high school, I just didn't like it. It was like, nah, this kind of sucks. Now the way they make pot, now it just makes me fall over, like literally fall over, and it's like I can't do this. I can't
On a
smoke
five-
this
smoking-
shit.
on a
like
5
smoking
milligram on a 5 milligram gummy or like a 50 milligram gummy or
I don't know.
no?
I seriously, they're so few and far between that I've had them that it was I don't know what the hell I had, but it was it's enough to at least like put me to sleep and keep me asleep for 8 hours. So it's more medicinal for me. So,
But like dealing with the smoking end, I don't like the smell. I like if I'm around someone that's smoking a lot, my eyes burn and like it's and then
we don't smoke in the house, and we're both smokers, but we won't smoke in our house because we don't like the
Never.
smell of it.
Never.
We don't like the smell.
It's
We
funny.
don't like the like it's, and obviously like I've got a daughter, right? So like ever since she was little, it was like you don't smoke in the house anyway. But I still to this like even if she was 25 years old, I wouldn't smoke in the house just because I can't stand. You know when you walk into somebody's house that smokes in their house,
Stinks.
that fucking stench.
Yeah.
Like my parents both smoked, and my mom still does. And like if I go visit with her for a week, I'm washing everything that I own because all I smell is cigarette smoke, and even in my socks, I'm like it's that's all I smell, and you wash. It's but I don't smell it when I'm there, but when I get home and I'm away from the smell, granted the smell of my apartment isn't any better, but it's just there's a reason why they call it the den of sadness. But it's just I can smell the cigarette smoke.
Other people, and that's the thing about apartments too. And I've seen the place that like your complex is when you get the neighboring odors coming into your house, and that's something that I used to live in. I grew up in apartments with a single mom and stuff, right? And there was days that it was
Who's got the kitty?
Who's cooking something fucking horrible? Like it tasted like they were, it smelled like they were cooking something absolutely fucking terrible. Balcony smokers, yeah.
It's funny though. Both Doe and I quit 3 years ago. Now, if somebody lights a cigarette near me, that first smell, it's like, oh, that smells so good. And then after that, it's just, oh, I gotta get out of here. I can't believe I did that for 45 fucking years.
Yeah.
You know, but that's when growing up, I mean, I'm older than you guys by about 10 years. I got hotboxed in my parents' car. Both my parents.
So did we. Yeah, I remember that when I was a kid.
They'd crack the window open once in a while.
Yeah,
69 country
you were
squire
lucky.
flying down the highway, smoke billowing into the back seats. My sister and I sitting back there, you know, getting smoke inhalation and the onset of fetal alcohol baby syndrome.
Wade's got COPD by the time he's 21.
Yeah,
well, I had COPD by the time I was 12. Let's get it right. 21.
Like going on an airplane and a little ashtray on the armrest, and then people smoking in the airplanes.
Yeah,
horrible.
Yeah.
Remember when they had like when you walk through a mall and they had the garbage cans with the ashtrays on them?
Yep.
You could smoke in the hallway of the mall, but you could, like, when you were walking into the stores, you had to put your cigarettes out.
It's
like just
still
shit
the
like
same way
that.
in Mexico.
Or they'd have, like, in the food court, you'd have the smoking area and then the non-smoke 10 feet from each other.
It wouldn't carry over.
There's no wall. Like, you just cross a little bit of a path and you're smoking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. If you sit over there, you'll never, ever, ever inhale cigarette smoke. It's fine. Just sit at that table that's got the no smoking on it.
It was like early 2000s in Pearson Airport. There's a smoking room that's enclosed.
Yep. We had that in high school. I went to Lizard High School here in Edmonton, and we had a smoke pit in school.
No shit.
I made so much. Hey,
inside,
yeah, inside. I
remember when you could smoke in hospitals. When they had the enclosed rooms in the hospitals, you could smoke in.
Yeah.
I financed my way through high school selling pot up in that room. Like I said, I quit smoking dope, and 3 schools or 3 7-Elevens in my neighborhood went bankrupt.
I had a friend who worked for I'm not going to name it, but a very, very well known, but not as well known as you'd think, shipping company, and they used to ship cigarettes up north to the like convenience stores that weren't on like the distributor routes.
Yeah.
So they would courier the cigarettes by the case. Well, he worked there. His mom was a bigwig, and he worked there kind of part time. So he would find those boxes and kick them off the line into the side and sell them at high schools. So we would have cartons of Demorier for $20 back in the day. So everybody smoked, even if you didn't like smoking.
I did that with Bic lighters. I worked at a drugstore part time, and we get our shipment of lighters in. And you remember they used to come in a big plastic bowl that would sit on the counter by the till. And there's 4 of them. Maurice, the owner of the drugstore, I thought we ordered 5. Well, there's only 4 here, so and he's helping me count it. But he didn't see me kick the one out the door and in behind the garbage bin.
Yep.
So I'd walk out after work, pick it up, and go to school the next day and sell them all for 2 bits or 50 cents each, whatever they were. I made a handful of money.
How about you, Jimmy? Any larceny stories?
Oh yeah.
Me not so. I guess a little bit. Not like I used to steal candy. I used to when I was in junior high, I used to volunteer at like one of the candy shops at the hospital.
Yeah, I did that too.
I used to have like gum or chocolate bars or whatever. I just drop a couple in my bag here and there, and
so Jimmy's stealing from charities. Let alone wow,
as a
piece of shit.
Jimmy,
no, I wasn't a candy striper. I was actually, because like some medical issues I was dealing with, I was actually going through. It was some extra credit or whatever for special ed. So I was actually there, and they ran it, and
there's another OnlyFans.
And you were fleecing the joint,
there, Jimmy. Candy striper.
Hey, there's a Thirsty Thursday idea.
A Thirsty Thursday idea.
Yeah.
James, were you fleecing the place? Fleecing
the joint.
1 candy for you, 3 candies for me.
No, I'd like if I was at the store for, like, granted I think it was 10 or 11. If I was there for 3 hours, I'd eat a chocolate bar and take a package of gum home.
Yeah.
I
guess. Yeah, I guess it's kind
thug life.
Kind of makes it right.
Yeah, I was just thug. You're right. Thug life.
Thug life.
Thug life.
Organized crime.
Yeah.
We had
organized crime. We took 2 candies the one day.
I had I've got a great story, and this is, and the only reason why I tell it now is because I know the statute of limitations is up on it, because this was like the most brilliant.
A little law theory for you here. There is no statute of limitations in Canada. That's an American thing.
No, there is here. There is a statute.
There is on certain crimes.
This one there
How
is.
would you know that, Jimmy?
Because I looked it up, because I posted a stripping video, and someone said that I should have been charged for. No, it wasn't stripping. I was streaking. In the ledge ground.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right too.
Yes.
And somebody called in and complained and said that I should be charged. And it was 4 years ago. It's 1 year for
You were at like a monument, weren't you? Wasn't it a monument?
It was at our legislation at our ledge grounds.
The ledge grounds, yeah.
Yeah. But
trolling for Rachel Notley.
It was a year, and she tried to, and she actually tagged the Edmonton police on the post.
Who was this? Like somebody that like well known that tried to get you in trouble, or just a nobody?
Just some person that saw my video.
No shit.
But I posted it last year, and then my mom called me, and she's like, I understand. My mom says to me, she says, I understand you guys do stupid shit, and sometimes it's against rules and laws and stuff. But if you do it once and you get away with it, why are you going to post it again?
You have to.
Actually, James, you were
content is king.
You're living a life that all of us were scared to live when we were younger because we didn't want to get caught. But now you're doing it with fucking video cameras. We didn't have cell phone cameras and shit when we were kids, man.
But in my defense, my junk was covered by my hat.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely.
So you were showing respect to the legislative buildings.
And just so you know, and just so you know, it was very cold. It was actually in October we did this.
I was in the pool. I was in the pool.
Seinfeld episode 3
Oh
again.
God, James, never change, never change, never change.
I was in the pool.
It took me an hour to warm up.
God bless you. God bless you.
Oh God,
Content
James,
is king, Jimmy,
never
and you know it.
change, never change, James, never change. That's beautiful.
Honesty is key.
That's what makes you special. That's what drives Locker Room forward is your content. Never change that. Like Bonzi with his podcast.
Unexpected content.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's
But-
some.
Go ahead.
There's some weird things that go on, but the thing is though is you have to be real, and
Yes.
I don't pretend to be anything I'm not.
Nope. That's right.
And it is what it is. You know, some
That's
people
what makes
are gonna,
it so good.
Yep.
Like some people are gonna judge, okay, and other people are like, that's funny, you know. No, I'm not telling the cilantro story, Cal. It's
Oh, no.
Thanks,
What
I
did
don't
you-
I don't retell a story well, especially when I told this cilantro story. I was
ever tell
hungover.
a story well?
What did you?
I have to say,
oh.
I have to say that the retelling of it on our election night podcast with Lachlan playing the face piano in the background was actually probably like
Gold.
award winning.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh yeah.
We made a drunk night in my garage. All my neighbors came over, and we had Dean's election night on the big screen.
It was a great time.
Holy fuck me, man! Between you, Di Fiore, Lindley, fucking like it was gold. It was so gold.
I sat here and laughed all night long.
Oh yeah,
It
that
was
was
just priceless.
You have to in the state of political affairs in this country. You have
You
to.
do.
Yeah.
You have to have a night like that and let it loose a bit. And
And
it
I
was
had
great.
8 beer in that time frame.
Yes, you did. It was great. And we lost you at one point. I asked, I'm like, hey, what the fuck happened to Jimmy? And they're like, yeah, no, Jimmy's gone.
Because the reason I left though is especially it was a Sunday, right? Was it a Sunday or
Monday.
Monday.
It was a Monday night.
it was a Monday
Yeah.
night.
Election Monday.
I had to get up at 3 a.m. So
yeah, you had to
kind
work
of-
on Tuesday. That's
I had
right.
to kind of dial back on the beer so I wasn't too hungover.
At 8 o'clock, you sayonara.
And lock and no, it wasn't 8 o'clock. It was
Yeah,
later.
'cause-
Your
No,
time.
it was about 8 when we your time. It would have
Yeah.
been about 8 o'clock when we called it because we had a 3-hour deal, right?
Yeah. it was in
So
the-
okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're 3 hours ahead. Sorry, Lynn.
yeah, no, we're two hours. Yeah, like right now it's like
Well, three
10
from
after 12 right
Lassie.
now. So
It's 9:09 right now.
so it is. Well, yeah. Well, you're in
he's
BC.
Oh, you're in BC.
Yeah,
You're-
you're in Columbia.
Yeah, you people don't count.
You know what time is
You're-
it?
Especially your votes.
Yeah.
You're
By the
you're
time
you're,
the election,
you're,
fuck
you're
it,
kind-
we're done.
you're kind of like Quebec. You should separate too.
Oh, fuck that.
Just
Fuck
get rid of
right
both
off.
ends, eh, Jimmy?
No,
We'll just get rid of both
fuck,
sides.
Come on, that's not nice. That's not nice.
Uh,
We provide your province with the most amount of weed per capita that you could ever imagine, and Ontario has nothing on that.
It-
If you smoked weed, you know somebody from BC that smokes weed.
Have you been?
That's why my name.
Have you been to Niagara in the last 2 years?
Yeah, no
Classic,
shit.
right there.
but Quebec.
We're no
doesn't
longer just the
contribute
wine
anything to the
county.
country.
Oh,
What's that, Jimmy?
I said Quebec doesn't contribute anything to the country.
nope.
You're just
No, I
you're
agree
just-
with you.
They're just a
Wow,
they're just a hole in the
political
bucket.
talk.
Paved paradise, the parking lot. Boo, ba,
Actually, you know
ba,
what?
ba,
Grant's
I'm fine with that.
whatchamacallit today was right on fire. His what the hell is it, Jimmy? Come on, Grant.
A Grant report.
Grant
Grant
report.
report.
Today. Yeah, with his Western Canada COVID. There's a new COVID strain out. It's only in Western Canada.
Oh, yeah.
But Quebec wants it.
They want
Quebec
half.
wants everything, but they don't want to give a goddamn dime to work. Fuck off! Like I'm serious.
Wow.
I'm so done.
It's so funny. It's so funny. You can see the animosity as it travels west to
Fuck
east.
yeah! Fuck
Like
yeah!
like Glassy's on fire. The Alberta folk are just like, yeah, fuck them. The Ontario guy's like, yeah, it's my neighbor. I get cheap beer over there. It's nice. I like their poutine.
Alberta people, Jimmy's like that, and just like whatever. Just
you guys in Alberta,
sorry.
you want to pass the fucking pipeline to get it to the East Coast, but it won't happen because it has to pass through Quebec, and that won't happen. Which is bullshit.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
okay,
here we go.
We also want
Okay,
to pass it through BC, but that's a
West,
no-go too.
Okay, you West Coast people put the kibosh on one of our pipelines too.
Yeah,
so
the
don't,
Bridge.
So,
Yes,
so you guys are just as much of the problem.
Well, don't lump you guys into this. I'm not.
Okay, you each get 30 seconds. Go.
That's the one thing I love about pipeline talk is everybody's fuck. I hate fucking pipelines. Whether if you're from Quebec or from BC or whatever, I fucking hate pipelines. I want nothing to do with no fucking pipeline. You know what? Where's your natural gas coming from, buddy?
Exactly.
How about your water? Let's shut off your water too. That comes via a pipeline, I think.
Yeah, but there's not a dangerous substance inside that pipeline.
Right. I will
but how
agree
about your
with
natural gas? How many neighborhoods have exploded due to natural gas leaks in one house?
But the thing with the pipelines, and they've proven it, that because if you don't have a pipeline, then they're shipping it by train. And
which has
just
way
as
more.
many
disasters. Nothing's ever gone wrong in Quebec with a train.
No, no, Lac Megantic, what?
Lynn, BC, what?
Hey,
Yeah,
logic
no.
doesn't come into some things.
I fully agree with you on that, Jimmy. If you can get it to Burnaby, you can get it to the Petro-Canada refinery and ship it out. Absolutely. China will buy that all day long. It's the fucking tree-hugging hippies, and I will stand forth with all or against all of them and their fucking little freedom rallies that they want to have. And I'll go on this tangent right now. Exactly. Yeah, play some background music. But it's bullshit. It's so bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Pass it. Get it going. Let's export all of our shit where we're not buying it back. All of our Canadian dairy farmers export all the milk to the States to process it to bring it back into Canada. That's another. Yeah, 100%. Lindley, back me up.
What are we talking about here?
No,
milk now? Did you say milk?
I went on to milk.
We go from oil to gas to milk?
Shipping it out to bring it back.
Oh, we do that with our oil. We ship it.
We do that with everything.
That's refined.
The oil that comes oil that comes from out west is dirty crude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you expect us to do with it?
Most ethically resourced oil in the world.
Yeah, but nobody wants to refine it because it's dirty. So we send it away to get refined and bring it right back.
Yep. Have you, Wade, let me ask you a question. Have you been up to Fort McMurray? Have you seen the reclamation projects that they do from reclaimed tar sand sites? Have you ever been up there?
Yeah, I worked up there.
Yeah, they have a natural bison sanctuary. They all come back. The grass is green. This is a legit thing.
Well, when you get north of Fort McMurray, about 2 miles.
Yeah.
Up, what the hell's the name of that hill?
Super Test.
Super Test.
Yeah.
When you get up to Super Test Hill, which is about 2 miles outside of Fort McMurray, that was all oil patch years and years ago. Now it's a fucking forest.
Yeah.
Because
all
they
reclaimed land. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's reclaimed. You'd never know they dug trillions of barrels of oil out of that land up there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll just wait for it all to cave in.
What are you going? Where are you going on stats right now? Or where are you headed? You're looking at your phone. I'm like, oh, I gotta prove I'm wrong.
No, I'm not looking at anything. I'm just, I'm laughing. I'm just thinking that it's just funny that the Wizard of Oz show is actually like working on some people. It's great because look over here. Look over here while we're doing this over here. Look at my forest.
Do you want to know
while
why?
I'm raping this part?
Yeah.
And then they fix that part.
Imported from Saudi Arabia into Quebec and Ontario and shit. It has nothing to do with pipelines. It has everything to do with our federal government being involved in the oil and gas
Let it go, Ryan. It
stock
just went
holdings
like,
and shit like that. Like the Trudeau family.
Good
They
night.
own.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta go.
I missed
Go
it.
Yeah. No.
No, you're right. It's
Excuse me.
yeah, it's something. And regardless of what federal government is here, this didn't happen because of Trudeau.
No.
This has been a thing for 50 fucking years.
It's
so
not 100% Trudeau, but Trudeau is not helping the problem.
Well,
No.
no, Trudeau's
But
family
none
is
of it-
heavily
but
invested.
none of
neither
us
did
are
in oil.
Harper.
No,
Harper
like-
didn't help either. So
No.
Harper didn't help either. No, and he's heavily
Neither
invested
did
in oil as well.
Mulroney.
and he's exactly he's heavily invested.
They're heavily invested in oil that's
Yep.
coming out of Saudi Arabia.
Let me,
Alberta crude isn't worth a nickel compared to what Saudi oil is worth.
That's
Do you
right.
Remember what was his name? The leader of the NDP before he passed away, Jack Layton.
Jack Layton.
Yeah.
Do you think that he would have been a fucking fantastic prime minister
No.
had he not passed away?
No, I think.
Yes, I do actually.
I think he would have been a better prime minister after he was dead.
I think he was the. I think he was the death of that party. To tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
Politics.
He was a solid dude.
He was.
But
believed in the people, and that's what it's all about, right? Like Dean talks about all the time. Stoicism, the greater good. That's what it's all about, helping everybody. That's what
The
that's
problem with
literally-
politics
but
is that people are only worried about getting reelected. That's the
I'm the
only
s-
issue. That's
Yes.
the only
Yeah.
thing that's on their mind. They don't give a fucking rat's ass about their constituents or anything. And Ryan, you know this. You were in politics.
Yeah.
They don't care one fucking iota about their about
No.
the people
No,
in
you're
the
abs-
ridings and shit.
You're absolutely correct.
The only thing they need is that fucking 8 years to get that golden watch and the super pension.
Hey Ryan,
And that's what they're after.
Google Mark Strahl and Google Chuck Strahl, who was federal. I think he was a forestry minister for or advocate or what do you call the counter of the forestry ministry. He did it for quite a long time. He was in cabinet, I think, for 16 years as a shadow. And now Mark is involved here locally, his son. So the government pension is still being drawn within the same fucking family
What is?
as well. And they do
And
nothing.
then-
Why do I have to
and
look
then-
this up?
Chuck
and
Strahl.
It's fucking Friday night. Why am I looking this up?
No,
and then-
no, look it up some other day. I'll message you.
And then look up Jared Strahl
Yeah,
and find out he was a drug dealing hockey player.
yeah. Not
Or
really.
drug abusing hockey player.
And then
No one can be
and then look
Western
up
man in.
3
God
bald
rest
men
his
on
soul.
OnlyFans.
You'll see Bonzi.
That's what
Anybody
you need to
signing
look
up
up
for the
next.
Bonzi,
Because I'm not turning the. If this podcast is turning into a political discussion,
Oh, no,
I'm
no, no,
leaving.
no,
I'll
actually, gentlemen, I do have to take off.
Same here, Jimmy.
I usually join another group, and they're yelling at me that I haven't joined them yet.
What group
So,
are you joining?
Gotta go karaoke.
It's it might have something to do with online karaoke, but
Online karaoke.
Wait, what?
I
Send us
want to
the link.
sing. Jimmy, bring me with you.
Yes. please.
we're only allowing so many people. But I'll get them going. I'll get my people to call your people.
I love karaoke. Don't. Hey, my wife. How do you think I met my wife? My wife was a karaoke hostess in a bar.
And
Well,
you
this is
sang
a
badly,
Russian
and she felt.
bride,
and
I
she
sang
felt bad for
great.
you.
I sang great. You son of a bitch! How dare you? How
Hey.
dare you?
We'll have a contest.
Let's do it. PM me. We'll work it up.
We'll-
It'll be
we'll
a
do
good
it.
time.
Pass the link my way too, please.
You and me. Islands in the stream.
Oh.
No, I
Yeah.
do. Midgets only do one song, actually two,
Okay.
but it's just mine.
Short
Mine
people?
is friends in low places.
In low places. Blame
I
it
got-
on my roots. I showed up in boots.
and ruined your
Ruined
black
my
tie affair. The last one to know.
The last
Last
one to show. I was the last one you thought you'd see there.
Here we go.
Okay.
Jimmy, happy early birthday, buddy.
Jimmy,
I'm
happy birthday.
so glad to have hung out with you
Happy
tonight.
birthday, Jimmy.
God love you,
Thanks for
man.
coming, brother.
Good
I
seeing you
appreciate-
guys.
Have a great
appreciate you coming
time.
into the
God love you,
podcast. I do. Have a happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Cheers,
we'll
man.
talk to you soon, bro. That's amazing. That was amazing.
He's a good guy, that guy.
He is a good guy.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
So
he's-
right? Like fuck.
Oh, I love him. I love Jimmy so much. He's such a good dude.
He is down to earth. He's real people.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, as they would say in the East Coast, he's good people.
yeah, he's real.
People.
He
Newfies.
calls a spade a spade. You know, if you're being an asshole, he'll tell
Stop
you
being a
you're an
fucking
asshole.
racist, Wade.
Hey Wade, you got Newfies in Edmonton. You been to a shed party?
I have Newfies right next door to me. There's a shed party going on right now.
Speaking of which, there's a shed
Seriously.
party in my bathroom because I got to take a piss. So I'm gonna go.
I'm dead.
I love you
serious.
guys. You guys have a great evening.
Lift
Right,
the
well,
curtain of the blinds and smoke a dart there. You'll be fine.
See, look, my wife just told you I'm an awesome singer. It's right there in the comments. I
Ryan,
just
Ryan.
opened the comments up.
Turn the fan on the shitter when you light that cigarette tonight, eh?
I'm going out to the
Literally-
garage to have a smoke right now.
Literally love you, man. Seriously.
Right, thanks
Mike.
for popping in, Ryan.
Mike, good luck. I think we have almost just under 24 hours to sell the rest of these shirts.
You
Let's
bet.
make sure that those get sold so
Yeah,
that your
okay.
wife gets on the hook for the extra $50.
I want
I'm
to
down
hope
for
a
that.
lot more than $50, Ryan.
You better be the fuck
How can we
on.
earn this?
Well,
You better be on for more than $50.
very good, very good cause that you took up, guys. I'm proud to wear the shirt, and thanks for what you guys do.
Yeah. That's
Same.
why I jumped all over it tonight too, is trying to help pump those shirts out. That
For
is a
sure.
great
Wade,
cause.
thanks for having me, man. This was a great
Thanks for
time.
being here, man.
As always, any
See you next
Friday, give me an excuse to get drunk and blabber on. And fuck, I love it. Great.
I'm serious. I think this is going to be a thing, man. I think this we got to turn this into a thing.
I like
and,
this. I do like this.
Just have a Friday night after party and just a free for all.
It's a good time.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
Who cares?
Classy, as
Lately,
always.
Thanks, Ashley.
Keep
You
it
take
classy,
care.
glassy.
Ashley, you get better. You go take care of that arm.
Always. We'll chat.
And-
She slept for she was like a firefighter day. She slept like 17 hours. So
The
I'm
only
sure
reason you think she was like a firefighter is because she slept 17 hours and you want her to slide down your pole. Ashley, don't fall for that, thing, honey.
that was quick. That was actually pretty quick.
Nice.
That was really quick.
Hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again.
Ooh,
That's not bad at all.
2 quips in a row.
Imagine a squirrel in Bonzi's trailer. Be like a millionaire.
Sup? Literally, I'll.
There's another OnlyFans thing: a squirrel looking for nuts in Bonzi's pants.
Squirrel.
Guys, I'm gonna piss my pants. I'm gonna need those Depends that we were talking about on Dean's show today if I don't leave right now. So
Alright, good luck.
All right.
I'll send
good
you
night, guys.
Cheers.
Talk to you later.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, there we
guys,
go.
Thanks for coming out.
That was
Appreciate
fun.
it.
Good
That was a
time.
lot of fun, Wade. I appreciate that.
We will do this every Friday,
I
starting
think we should.
last week.
I like our little crew. I thought Locke was going to jump on. No?
Yeah, I sent him the link a couple times, but he's probably in bed asleep. It's past 8 o'clock.
Sleeping hours ago.
Yeah,
It's 10:23 in Alberta, so there you go.
yeah, he's been asleep for a couple hours already. So,
All right.
but
He had
that's
a
cool.
long day.
Mike, pleasure
Mike.
meeting you.
Good to see you
I
guys.
look forward
Rock
to
on,
trying
brother.
your beers here soon.
Yes,
You bet.
And,
let's make it happen.
we'll
And
hopefully-
thank-
so we'll do this
thank-
whole beer tasting thing. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Thanks for you guys getting. Sorry, my voice. Thanks for you guys getting on board with Bonzi. That's awesome. God
right.
love you guys.
You
Seriously.
bet.
Yeah.
Right on.
Rock on.
Good night, guys.
Good night,
Good
you
night.
and Kel. Good night.
Night, Mike. So that's it. Another Friday edition of Bitch Fest. Thanks for watching. For those of you that stuck it out, and yeah, it's turning into a Friday night after party. It's a lot of fun. I think we're just going to continue on doing this. I think we're going to change things up a little bit. Doe and I have discussed it, and maybe after I get home from Mexico, we'll change it up so Bitch Night's on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something, and then we'll do this Friday night after party with the Dean Blundell crew. I think it's a lot of fun. We'll talk to Dean about that too. Anyways, I'm out of here. You guys have a good night. Talk to you.